You can tell somebody from how they treat their ex.
100%.
Yeah, from how they treat their ex, how they talk about their ex. That's for me. It's just like I'm your ex in waiting.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I've never thought of it that way.
Big shout out, man.
Tu mwenye anaishi kwa mzazi wake na ako 40 na babake na mamake na bring my handbag from the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then this guy is telling you, yo, so give me your number. I'm like, so you go get your mom's handbag.
Riches flying high in them private jets. Mada kumada beat lazima kai bada. Si niulize mbona nimenyanya. Si unajua niko juu ya shada.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You know it is, vibes. Welcome to another episode of the Sandwich Podcast. You're here with your boy, the bad boy Owen, Pipe the Don Juan, Sauti ya Mama, Women Rep 2027.
Yep.
The truth, the answer is only new nicknames.
Okay, the truth na the answer.
Choose kujipea. Yeah, and I'm here with my boy.
Yeah, Tonyo Kibbs ama ukipenda Black Diamond. So niliwaambia hiyo jina na I drop a new episode, but seems like sijapata jina ingine kujipea. So stay tuned.
They were roasting us on Twitter one day. Like ilikuwa ile subtle shade, but walikuwa sema your podcast was over shades indoors.
But squeezy was wengi over shades. Tulianzisha hiyo kitu, so you just gotta give credit to us. But anyway, hiyo si focus ya leo. So today mazee tuko na very special guest. Ni beshte yangu first before hizo accolades zote. And
very special guest.
Sijui hata nikupatie intro gani. But I feel like ever since I've known you and before hata tujuane umefanya vitu mob. Like staki hata kuzieka, but yeah, we have KWAM-BOXING in the building, man. We have KWAM-BOXING in the building.
Shout out.
Nasikia mlisema mpendi hizi vitu, but nitaifinya tu. Producer wetu ndo alituangusha last time. So welcome to the Sandwich Podcast. KWAM-BOX.
Considering mulikuwa mnajuana kama hamngeandika speech ya intro. Ati haujui ya kusema, my friend.
I know it's lazy, but naweza sahau vitu.
That's hella lazy.
Yeah, that's lazy. Yeah.
No, but I'm happy to be here.
Lakini ukiwa Sandwich Podcast unajua hapa si ati nini ama nini, tunacheza tu hivi.
Mimi bedhe nilikuwa ninangoja sandwich as in I'm from sister.
Iko like nilikwambia guys are doing.
Listen, yeah, I'm the sandwich is because I'm the one in the midst of you guys.
Wendo nyama.
Wait, but unajua sandwich inamaanisha nini? Like so sandwich sijui kama umewacha.
I feel like I'm about to listen to a bunch of hogwash, but
umewacha series inaitwa How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
So you remember kwa hiyo show whenever they wanted to talk about they couldn't see near network TV show.
Yeah.
So they used to say we were eating a sandwich.
Yeah.
So Sandwich Podcast. But for corporates, they moja tumeenda meeting na Kibbs. I don't know if it was a white guy or something.
It was the white guy.
I couldn't understand him for shit. So it was like, oh, so why you guys call sandwich? Oh, because you talk about
alituuliza, then there was this suspense. So what does sandwich mean? So nimekaa hapo tunajiuliza, akasema, oh, so you mean everything that you guys, because you guys talk about everything, you put them together and two bread is you guys. Akasema, yeah, that's
it's in a British accent and you can't hear you. So like, oh yeah.
Na akatupatia meaning hiyo day.
All right, so
yeah.
Hata hiyo sandwich ingine sijakula, just FYI.
But do you?
Yeah.
But by the way, make sure beep hapo bigi. Kuna simu nimepata yaitaki hiyo. Make sure umebeep hiyo.
Hakuna sandwich yote nimekula kwa hii nini.
But do you partake?
In sandwiches. I love sandwiches, yo. Like, I think my favorite is a chicken sandwich. Cheese, yeah. You know what it is.
Simafore.
I'm back in the building.
But welcome, Maze. Yeah. Welcome to the Sandwich Podcast. Si watu kianza tunaanzanga na how our weeks have been. Na nataka kuanza na wewe.
Shit. Do you have time?
Yes. Yeah. All the time. Sahi hapa tuko na time hata tutapitisha hata 2 hours.
Yeah, honestly, like this week nimechoka na makarawa traffic. Like, Karawa traffic is the only person who gives you instruction against the law.
Yes.
Right? Like, I'm there, I'm trying to be a law-abiding citizen. This week, have you had a cop come to the... Madam, kwani you want instruction? I'm like, which instruction?
Yeah.
Even in the driving school, sikuambiwa, and what does this mean?
By the
I wasn't told. Kuna mwingine anafanya...
Vitu mob za driving school si practical. Tuliambiwa lens 4 mazee mimi niko pale Langata Road. Let me be.
Like, so, there's a cop who literally came to my window hapo Arboretum. And he's like, Hawani, and of course guys are hooting at me. First, let me just shout out to everybody who's ever hooted at me in traffic.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the day you knew you done fucked up. Because I'm a driver at 0.5. Listen, I'm never in a fucking hurry. Like, I'm never in a hurry. Only when I'm going to the salon and my nail spa people, I know they're not watching this podcast, so they don't know. Yeah, I always tell them I'm in a hurry.
Yes.
But like in traffic, fuck that, man. I adjusted my life so that I'm never in a hurry to move anywhere.
Yeah.
So ukinihutia, mimi nafunga madirisha naanza kufanya hivi mazee. You can fly. Yeah, and I'll bully you the whole way until you'll never hoot at me. Yeah. So cops have been like on my diabs this week, and I'm just like, I really just want to address cops. Like, you gotta pick a struggle, guys.
Yeah.
Like, either I take advice from the traffic light, or if I'm gonna break it, and then you see the worst part, yeah. So me, I'm seeing like, oh, okay, this traffic light is nonsense. I should follow the cop. So me, nimefika place pali kuna red light, and I'm driving. The cop is like, Madam Simama, and he's doing for me like this. Me, I'm driving off.
Yeah.
So the guy is like, awoni na kusimamisha. I'm like, let me ask you a question, right? Stop, inakuanga ka like, like
like heri hivi unajua.
Like you can't. This is not like.
Ini kaende sana.
Anyway.
Though nika wende ujangi venye makaroko erratic na hand signals.
Yes.
Unafaa kuread kwanza body language, macho, venye amesimama.
Yeah.
You see all that shit. I'm not equipped for this shit. Like I can't. Like I read the cop's temperature, his mental health, for me to know if I should be driving on the road. No, bruh. Guys, pick a struggle. Yeah.
So wiki yako imekuwa just about that.
I mean, that's the thing I could highlight. Like, but aside from that, like economy as a kayo maze at this rate ndakuwa mgondi. Holai.
Yeah.
If you see me at gigs, no me kuja na iPhone 15 as a pita nayo.
Zawe kuja kwa mkusaki ama big fan nini ana swing iPhone 15
inside
hapo.
Your fucking bag, man. Because at this rate, and I've done the math. Like, if I can just get 4 iPhone 15s at a gig, I don't even need to be on the stage.
Najua mimi nishauziwa iPhone, nishauziwa simu tao, and what those guys did, like walikuwa wamejaza tu a whole lot of nothing, like ni case tu, ni just the case na nyuma na ni wale, it's always the niggas wanakuuzia na jacket, like wanakufungulianga na kuambia boss hii ni mbichi, for real ilikuwa mbichi juu.
But to be very fair, bro, you were so naive kitambo.
Yeah, honestly, this can only happen to people who didn't grow up.
No, I came from Kisumu, guys.
This guy fell for the oldest prank in the book, the one for pesa imeanguka.
Yeah.
So
ya msele angusha bahasha chini, mimi nikitembea nikaona imeanguka, the guy kando wangu akaniambia, guy umse since umeniona na naichukua situgawe ido ama tumpelekee. Bro, waliniteka boss, walinibia simu. It was a crazy stuff.
It's so people from out of Nairobi.
It took kids like 4 years atuambia story. Ili happen ka 2017 alituambia 2022.
Yeah, it was very embarrassing. Juu nilikuwa first year hiyo time. Na mimi nilikuwa tu nimekam Kisumu, like si Kisumu, Nairobi nilikuwa nimekam. I was 3 years in, or 2 years actually. Na sikuwa na move sana.
Let me ask you, I've always been curious. Like, the first time ulikuja Nairobi.
Na natakanga watu waniulize hizi maswali. Wanafikiringi tu nilizaliwa Nairobi.
First time we came to Nairobi, because like when we come shags, like like we bring for you like our old clothes. I'm from Nairobi. Hata kama umetoka Islando, hata kama umetoka Kibra, right? You're stunting on your guests for shags because Nairobi, I'm even smelling of like moshi ya gari.
Sasa umetoka hata Kibichi unaenda Ushago, but tuko tu sawa.
When you come to Nairobi, like what was the first, like what's the first wow moment you had? Like because when we're telling you stories of Nairobi, we can hear all the wow. Right?
Okay, first of all, the first wow haikuwa hata nikikuja kuishi Nairobi. Wazee tulikuwa trip ya class 7. Class 6 actually. Tulikuwa tumeletwa saa kuona parliament. Right? So tumeletwa kuona parliament mazee. First of all, mimi naona hizi barabara nasema damn, huku ni New York City, bro. Like huku ni New York City. So nimekaa, the first wow ilikuwa kuona such kind of tall buildings mazee. Kisumu ukiishi kwa the tallest building, unaona hadi lake, hadi unaweza ona hadi uko Bondo, Siaya, unaweza ngaona hizo stuff zote. Kisumu building si refu. So nilikuwa naona mazee skyscraper nasema wow. Hii ni deadly. Hii sijayo. Na nilikuwa na feel ni kama hata wase wa Nairobi hata hatuwezi elewana tukibonga. Naweza na feel ni kama mimi naweza ongea hivi, na kwanza nilikuwa na accent ya Kisumu ya Kijaka deadly. Sasa hii by the way me dilute juu nimekaa na wase 1 2 3. But ni crazy, hiyo ni number 1, hiyo ni the first time. Alafu story ili happen nikaenda home. But the first time ever nilikujanga Nairobi sasa kuishi, nilikuwa nimeenda Kasa. Cause tulifika tao, budangu na ilikuwa zile za budangu ananiambia, "Oya, wewe fika tu hapo, omba mtu simu nipigie." Cause sijui. Nimekaa peke yangu.
Like inika 2000.
No, ini high school.
2000
form 3, ini form 3 sasa.
Kwa so trusting you.
Ini form 3 sasa. So budangu ako tao, alikuwa na wakapo steamer house. So mimi nikaenda hapo nikaanza kuuliza wase, but nilikuwa najua story ya wizi, so niko cautious at the same time, niko na mabag na kama mtu ushago unajuanga ametoka ushago.
Lakini tunakuibia nini? Umekuja na nini?
Kuku.
Being cautious.
Nakuja na samaki na nini? Unataka kunibia omena yangu? Heri mchukue simu yangu. But my first wow moment, sasa hiyo time ilikuwa na Thika Road. Mazeni niliona Thika Road hivi, kwanza ilikuwa mausiku, alafu sasa unajua kwa barabara wameka zile ma reflector. Boss, nilikuwa nasikia niko majuu walai. Nilikuwa nasikia niko majuu. By then nilisikia. But sasa unajua huwezi ambia wase. Unajifanya niko mkuu. Uzuri yangu ni ataka kitu inanipiga chenga na nyamazanga. So niliona Thika Road nikasema, "Wow, it is some crazy shit, dog."
Like a nyeke.
My first wow ilikuwa tu kuona Thika Road. Sijaiona lanes mingi hizo za barabara. Juu Kisumu ukiona hata lane 2, bros, hiyo ni highway. Naona. So like kwangu barabara, the road network mazee ilinishtua sana.
Yeah,
that was my first wow.
I totally get it, because is it Migori where they had an escalator? Like last year in a mall, and there'd be people calling like the radio, and they'd just be like, "Hey, unajua kwanza tumetoka huko kwa elevator, mepeleka watoto kwa escalator for the weekend," and I'm just like, "What?" Like it was shocking.
Yeah, escalator pia ilishtua wase huko. Mimi lakini Kisumu tulikuwa sawa. By the way, Kisumu ni town kubwa, guys. Kisumu
kama unaongelesha wase wa Kakamega unaweza waambia hizi.
Hapana, wase wa Nairobi hata wase kwa audience wanakataa. By the Kisumu ni town kubwa.
Maybe if you're talking to like guys from Dar es Salaam, Kampala, you can have those kind of conversations. You're talking about the great city of Nairobi, my brother. What you talking about?
Na mimi mtu wa Nairobi pia. Kisumu by the way sasa hivi kana Kisumu hata sina keja ya kukaa.
Like the rural expert. Yeye ndo anajua nini uende mashina.
Tangu lini nimeanza kuwa rural expert? Lady nimeleta kwa box hapa nimekuwa rural expert. Is that how you've been feeling all this time?
We want to shout out to Mzee Moi, unajua tulikuwa tunasikia kwa in shule rural urban migration. Ndio hii sasa.
Acheni ujinga. By the way, wacha niwashow. Guys, mimi nilikuwa na aura ya Nairobi. It's just as I was born in the wrong place. You know. I mean, they needed me more than I needed them. Juu sahi wanasikianga Kibz alitoka Kisumu wanasema, "Wow, tumeproduce greatness." You know what I'm saying? So they needed to be someone great wametoka huko so that they can have a story. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, na the fact that nimekaa na nyinyi watu wa Nairobi hapa sahi. This is a testimony, dogs. Hii ni hata nikienda church kesho nipigie testimony Kisumu.
But
niggas wanasema nayo tumetoka far.
But tukijoana from one, I genuinely thought like ametoka Kisumu, like one of those Luo guys, because he had that thick
deep accent.
Luo accent. Alafu unasikia tena ito.
Tumesema twende lunch. Like na ujaka.
Dude, you call Kibet?
Yes. Leo ndo umejua?
Yeah, man.
You always thought I was like Omolo.
You know, I never really think about like I'm that one Kenyan who never thinks about like I don't know what like I don't know what people's like tribes are. Like inanisaidia just sasa ukunikijua ni.
Yeah, mimi uko hivyo pia.
So wewe unakuanga na yani you mean you're in the government?
Yes.
Wow.
But pia unajua niko kwa ile gava yenye ilikuwa ingia. So mimi nilikuwa both sides.
Lakini wa Kalenjin, can I just say like especially the past 3 years, bruv, everybody is Kalenjin. Like everybody. Is it just me? Like bruv, even on my social media, I'm asking myself, all of a sudden like everybody is proud to be Kalenjin. I'm just like 3 years ago, like nobody was doing like Kalenjin accents. Was like, you know, we would make fun of brown jackets and guys are just like, you know, I'd be like Kwani Orarana. Guys would be undercover.
Ndo tumepata.
But once they became the president,
tumepata sauti.
Bruv.
Unajua ulikuwa unaweza kana mkale kando yako batuwezi jua. Cause wakale wengi, by the way, hata mimi ungejua je mimi ni mkale. Kama sina meno nje.
Niko sababu uko gava.
That day for the immigration. Oh my God.
Kama meno yangu iko nje utajuaje mimi ni mkale? Nakwambia mimi niko fresh. Dental formula yangu bro iko fit bro. Mimi dental formula yangu ni kitu moja na kuaga proud of. Nasemanga mazee you will never know where I come from.
Thank God by the jeans za Masako ziliteko.
By the way, my mom is taita, wacha sana nikushtue. What do you mean?
Walipatana wapi? Unajua always
Nataka kujua hapa. Kwani uliwacha ulichukua melanin ya brother yako pia?
No.
Taita sio na kwa light skin.
Yeah, mamangu ni light skin deadly.
Ndio nauliza bro, kwani uliungua nini?
No, kitu ni
kwa compensation for the teeth.
Yeah. So
as in you have tighter blood in you.
Yeah.
Bruv.
I even speak tighter, by the way.
This is why I say, you see, this is why I don't even like, I can tell. If you ask me who's tighter, I'd say she's tighter. You know, like, that's stereotype.
Yeah,
like,
she's tighter. tighter.
As in tighter than tighter, ma unasema?
Okay, yeah. Let's move. Tusonge. Kaende. Let's move. Let's tupite hapo.
You know. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now I'm glad I'm learning things here. Okay. Challenging and tighter.
Hata walipatana wapi? Mazee, but ilikuwa Nairobi, walipatana Nairobi. Mamangu pia alikoniwa. Budangu ndo mamangu sasa ilikuwa kwanza ya ufala hata kuliko yangu. Heri mimi walitumia akili mob.
Yeah.
Ya mamangu yangu ilikuwa intellectual. Yangu ilibidi tumepimana cause kuna mali hadi walikuwa like naoni mjanja, mbona tumshiki, unajua? Yeah. But ya masangu ilikuwa aliambiwa alikuwa amekuja Nairobi kusoma. Najua ni wale walikuwa kuja naye kusoma. So alikuwa ni polytechnic fulani, nimesahau ni gani. But ni juu drinks. So kenye me happen ni ako na school fees. Na hiyo time ilikuwa cash. Unabeba cash yako fresh, unaenda unalipa fees uni na fresh unaingia daro.
Singe mada uni.
Imagine alikuwa amekam na cash alafu kwa barabara. But sasa unajua uko Taita, one thing you guys don't know about Taita is wase huko nao wameshika takatifu. Church. Boss, kila ukiwa pastor wase hata mamangu ni very religious.
Prophet or something.
Ezekiel. Shosho yangu anti zangu enda Prophet Ezekiel kila kitu yake. Like imeshika huko. Cause pia huko haiko ati modern ka huko. So watu wana rely on that.
So as in basically you're like 2 degrees removed from Shakahola.
I'd say that. By the way tungekuwa tumesoma kidogo. Yeah. Wase wangu wangekuwa huko Shakahola. So keka happen ni akapata msea na ubiri kwa barabara. Right? Ana preach. Kwa watu wangu majuu preaching. So msea na preach akafika hapo akamwambia wewe nimeona kwamba uko na pesa na pesa yako tunaweza ifanya ikue zaidi. Mama anasema what? Probably alikuwa anapita akatani kichwa vyake akasema damn umesema hii ndio itakuwa mob. Akamwambia mama uko na pesa ngapi hapo? Akasema ni karo, unajua ametoka huko. Ni karo yangu ya shuleni. Akamwambia leta nikuwekee mama hapa. Weka kwa hii gazeti. So amefungwa gazeti. Amefungwa gazeti hivi. So unajua gazeti ni mara mbili. So akaambiwa weke do hapa, ikafunikwa. Then wakamwambia weka mkono hapa, wakaanza kuiombea. So ameiombea, wakasema tufunge macho tuombe. That's where the first red flag ilikuwa.
She closed her eyes.
Alifunga macho akaomba boss. But ni trao, yeye kwa anajua unaweza niibia live mchana saa 6 jua ikiwa hapa juu.
Na msho alifunga tight kabisa.
So unajua ni tighter. Yeah, tighter. So akafunga macho nini akaomba juu ana feel bado do iko. Akaambiwa sasa hii enda nyumbani ishakuwa yote sasa. Imekuwa mara 2, eka kwa bag enda uiangalie. Mazema sangu ameiweka kwa bag ametembea ameishia. Kufika pale kumbe wali exchange gazeti. Hiyo do walichukua keka gazeti. So boss masangu ameshangaa mazee kwanza analipiwa fees hiyo na anko yake si hata wazazi. Yeah. So unaweza imagine kurudi kusema nimekoniwa. But sasa huo anko yake ndio maana hata siku hizi ma black tax mamangu lipa proudly juao ni kuna wase walimjenga for real. Yeah. Kama huo anko yake alimwambia ni sawa mwanangu chanda kutumia nyingine tena.
As in this is what like you know like as in your mom speaks in like Costarian nini.
Na after ende Kisumu wazee walidilute hiyo shit. Walidilute hiyo Costarian sahi.
So nyinyi kila kitu ni kudilutika.
Mazee tumedilutika lakini masangu akiendaga coast ana switching mazee. Ni kama unajua vile ukidriving alafu ulikuwa na frequency kwa radio ina change. So yake na kosa na switch up.
Hiyo siku sababu she's from coast, that's all of us. Bro, shengia Mombasa Road. Mwanangu hapa tu Nyayo Stadium.
Hapo Mombasa Road hata huko Mombasa.
I already switched.
I have a friend who was conned through Tinder. So Tinder like siali ni dem actually. So siali swipe ama whatever nini
swipe right left.
A light skin nigga, it's always a light skin nigga ndio con mse.
Yeah, si real niggas, dark skin niggas tunaendanga kwako.
Jua mko trustworthy bro.
No tunakuongeleshanga sisi. Tunakuambia kitu tunadai.
Yeah, so si wamekuwa wakiongea for like 2 weeks nini waka set up date. Alikuwa hata place that fancy but ilikuwa hapo Kilimanjaro hapo tao. So si wameenda date nini, the nigga is charming. Kwanza ni Mkongolese. So sijui ka
Are you sure alikuwa light skin?
Oh, yeah, labda anacheza ka vibes. Maybe the knuckles are a bit.
Kwa Tony amejibleach hapo.
I mean nikibleach mtaona elbows, magoti. Mimi yangu bado mtajua tu. I can't do it perfectly.
So si wameenda date nini, hadi nileme msho like wewe order kitu unataka nini. So but say time the nigga ati ana get phone call, ni a business call. Ati ameongea nini. Phone yake ikaisha battery. Ako like, wow babe, si unisaidie phone yako, let me just finish this phone call and then we continue our date. Bro, si sasi dema amempea phone hivi, msa ameongea hadi ndio amejifanya amesimama hadi amejam. Yeah. Akashuka stairs. 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes, 20. Bro, msa ameenda na phone. Hajalipa bill.
So amekuachia bill, ameenda na simu yako.
5 racks na ameenda na simu. iPhone 13, bro.
What, hiyo ni normal though.
This is actually, I might be going on dates just to steal phones. Guys, economy, I'm telling you.
Hiyo economy ya sahi inabidi umeiba.
Honestly. But I see how someone can steal your phone on a date. Because I've had all sorts of things, like even you can watch your bag. Kwanza, especially niggas. Like I feel guys steal more from babes than you leave your bag somewhere.
Of course.
I don't know who's walking around with cash, but yeah, someone is walking around with cash. Then you know, it takes a few words, and I'm like. I mean, the only question I ask you there is, at least I hope amekupatia vitu, you know, fresh. Yeah. It would suck if the shtick sucks and then also amekuibia
bado.
Amejitip.
So nika in a bad example, but siweke watu mchele kwa club. I would much rather unieke mchele after to have sex, bro. Please, hata nitoke at least na something. Like,
useme, hiyo enjoyment ilikuwa na price.
Please, isikuwe tu ya tumenikiss tu kwa club, nimekuwa excited, ukaneka mchele, na mka 2 days later. Like, please, let me get some little bit of coochie. Hata kwa gari, before, babe, kunywe... Ndekunya hata willingly.
Unaleta maragwe.
Have you ever been challenged?
Nah.
Kuna best yangu, by the way, big shout out to you. Ni dem by the way. And it's not even a laughing matter, but nitaisema tu comedy. Best yangu fulani. Big shout out to you. Najua unasikia si kwa ubaya lakini ni content man. Wewe ni best ya broadcaster radio presenter. So ubest yangu alikuwa na hosting in club. Kazote maze. Uni mse alikuwa ka grouchy. Hata karibu host Dubai. Unanipata? Like I'm a host Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hata Monday boss, reggae na host. So alikuwa na host ma club nini buda love didi huko job. Guys, si funny by the way. So alienda club fulani, sitasema ni jina hiyo club, but alikienda kwa hiyo club. So nilipatana na yeye karibu na kwetu. Nikamuuliza, ni aje, been a long time. Yeah, actually ilikuwa job. Na narrow down.
Bro, like,
okay, sikumpata anywhere of that place. So nilimpata mahali nikamuuliza mazee, siku hizi sijakuona ukihost sana, what's happening? Kaniambia mazee, mimi hata sasa ni machana na hiyo life. Nikamwambia damn, unachana je na hiyo life? Na it was almost like all you did, see all you did, but ulikuwa unaifanya sana.
Damn nigga, umemrudisha.
Akanisho mazee, niliekewa mchele day fulani, nikaibiwa simu, nikaibiwa kila kitu. Uzuri, one of my friends saved me juu inge get worse, you know, and I understand, the maana nasema si laughing matter, inge get worse. But now the funny part now comes here. Mazee siku hizi udem anaenda church vile alikuwa na host. Unanipata? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday anasoma ma Bible, anafanya nini? By the trauma, bro.
Yeah,
ili change life yake, boss.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I've been challenged, so I know.
You have?
Yeah. 3 times.
What was the experience? Tuambie hiyo story. 3 times. What the first time you kwenda kuku acha mtaani?
Listen,
let me tell you something. Me,
I'm that person who says that. Me nikipata, like, as in if I find that someone is being dead, like there's mob justice happening somewhere, I'm just like, you guys,
stop.
Don't do this. Think about life, right? But then they say, aliweke mchale, where's my stone?
Yeah.
Let out Jack, watch out to a tire, right? Why? Because fuck these people. So I know, contrary to what people think about Mchele, I think people think, you are probably partying so much.
Yeah. Tulikuwa careless.
None of that. So the first time was I was partying actually. It was a Christmas Eve. No, it was Christmas. It was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And we were at my house, and me and my housemate were throwing a party, and guys were having a good time. It was the most impromptu drink up, right? And then at some point, my husband goes like, yo, we need to PTR Q's. So you know how long ago this was.
Yeah.
Like when Q's was like,
Wa-
this was a while back.
Kuna wase
right?
wengi sana, especially audience yetu wajui hata ni wapi.
Yeah, so anyway.
Na mimi mtu wa
So
Kisumu.
let me just say.
I'm not gonna.
a club back in the day, whatever. So we go to the club, and I remember we had a good time, and then we left, and driving back home, I tell him, yo, me, I need to eat, right? So let's PTR for fries and chicken. That for already was the red flag, right? Because like I'm not a babe for fries. I don't like fries. I'm not the person who'll say let's eat chicken when you have a hangy. Like me, I want to have a salad,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we go to Tao.
salad.
This is like 6 in the morning, right? 6 in the morning, like 5:36 in the morning. So actually, no, it was like 6 in the morning.
Jua ikianza tu
Exactly.
kuchungulia.
Dawn. So me, I'm in the moti. I'm in the passenger seat. He's in the driver's seat. So he says, all right, he dashes in Apple Millennium, right? Does anybody Tao, right? Where guys used to buy fries. So he's gone in to get the fries. Me, I'm sitting in the moti. I'm chilling. And that's the last thing I remember. So he comes into the car. I'm not in the car, right? And basically, fast forward, I was in Dandora. Right?
Whoa.
And exactly.
Yeah, had to be Dandora.
So fast forward, we don't know what happened, but one of the guards there said that a group of people came, and then I just left with them.
Hey.
Exactly, right? So very, very scary incident. Of course, went to the Hosi. There was nothing that had happened. And around that time, there was people who were kidnapping people. People were disappearing.
Yeah.
They were harvesting organs. And apparently this was happening in Dandora.
What?
Yeah. So, there's details to that story, but like that's pretty much, that was the first time. The second time was about like maybe 6 years later. I remember we were doing Industry Night, and Industry Night is an event I used to do for supporting artists.
Yeah.
And the day before, a very good friend of mine, a radio presenter at the time, it was Eve D'Souza, and it was her birthday.
Yeah.
And she had it at this private club somewhere in Kilimani. And so basically the place is shut down. It's like akuna, as in it's basically for a few people.
Yeah.
Right? So I said, let me pass by for like an hour, because I had to catch a flight that morning to Coastal. So I wasn't going to be there for 2
We always say kuchungulia.
yeah,
Chani
and
chungulia tu.
exactly, that's exactly what it is. I walked in, somebody said, hey, Kwambox, come, let's have a shot. And I walked straight to the bar, and we had that shot, and that was it.
Wanaeka di mchele kwa short.
That's it. Like, that's it. Finished, kaput. For the next 3 days, I was throwing up. It was bad. It was bad. Like, for everybody who was there, they were just like, you lost the plot. Like, you lost it. We had to take you out, right? So yeah, and I took a sample of the vomit, and the guys were like, somebody put something in your drink.
Yeah.
That's the second time. Now, and you notice in these encounters, it's not, I'm with people I know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Si ati
I'm not going out of my way
strangers,
looking for this shit, right?
Uh.
The third time, that's how I knew that these people, they target you,
Yes.
right? And I think they noticed that, sometimes Kwambox moves by herself, right? So Black Coffee had come to Kenya. This is recently. This is like 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Black Coffee had come to Kenya, and I was like, fuck, I'd been waiting for this gig. I was like, I have to go for this gig. It was a Sunday afternoon. I was like, I might not catch his set, but I'll pass by for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then I head out. I walked to the bar. I bought a cocktail, sipped the cocktail, and then some babe came and took the cocktail. So I said, I'm not about to share this cocktail.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the bar. So I went back to the bar with a friend, and she was like, let's have shots. So we had a shot. The walk back, somebody there at that bar put for us something. And I say us.
So just
because
the
I
both of you,
turned and I saw my friend at some point. How I knew shit was hitting the fan. My friend, who's a top lawyer, right, was rolling on the ground.
Yeah.
Right. She was like lit. I was like,
Wakili
what?
did a quick one.
I was like, girl, and like, I'm like, girl. But then I'm like, my eyesight is hazy. I'm noticing I'm buzzing. I'm like, what's happening? But then I'm not noticing that. So a friend of mine is the one who came, and at this point, I'm being uber friendly, guys. Like, you know, because we're like, so I'm like in the VIP. I'm in the VIP. The barrier is here, and there's people on the other side. Like, Kwambox, and me a panda the barrier. Bro. I'm like, what it is?
Let's go. The car race over.
My pal just came. She looked at me like this. She's like, where's your car keys? I'm like, yeah, it's over here. She's like, all right, come, follow me. And because I can be very, I'm a Taurus baby, so I can be stubborn, right? So she handled it so classy, got me home, and that's when shit hit the fan. So that's when I knew, like, I didn't even know. I woke up the next day and I was just like, why can't I feel my body? What's going on? Yeah, so that was the third time. So you can see in these three instances, I wasn't careless, right? I used the exact system. I'm somebody who doesn't I even walk around with my own tumbler. When I'm at gigs now, somebody has to be manning tumblers, right? Even for water. I don't trust people, right? Because somebody spotted me and just said, all right, I'm gonna show these chicks how it. And I feel like people do it sometimes not just to rob you or anything like that. The second time, I'm so sure that someone was probably trying to do something bad to you, a guy. They kind of zeroed in on who I think it is. The first instance, I think that maybe they wanted to kidnap me. So they were going to harvest my organ and then they just say,
oh shit, who's in the Kwambox?
Kwanzaa, I just come back from Big Brother.
Oh my God.
So they were just like, I'm sure they were just like, let me your kisu. Kwanza na beat, bado hati na beat. Then they're like, isura inaka familia. Ona tuleta ngori wewe, rudisha imali pale umetoa. I think that's what happened. Yeah, I crack about it, but I talk about it so that people know that these things happen, right? And it's not at Isujui somebody was drunk somewhere being irresponsible that it happened. These and a lot of these people are women, you know, they are men, everybody. So I don't trust nobody.
I'm actually surprised it happens at high-end events. In my head, wasiwe kwa the pubs and
everywhere.
Ni kama unakumbuka ile story, just to wind up on this, kuna hiyo story ya wase wenye
the one on Twitter.
Wase niliona Twitter hata wase waliekewa mchele walienda home na madem, kumbe walikuwa wameekewa mchele. Wase walizima mazee juu walikuwa wameekewa kwa food, haikuwa hata kwa probably walikuwa wamecook rice wakaikula as one of the pellets.
So they woke up after 2 days. Wakasema shit before, because they woke up everything in the house
kila kitu imeibiwa.
So like shit, wacha tukule before tuende stage. So
ile chakula ilibaki. So wakalala tena
another 2 days.
So it's crazy. Na another one tena, mimi najua hizi story mob. Juzi kwanza wenye beshte wangu wa Kisumu mazee, ndo ule mse sasa alikuwa anaendanga Nairobi sana juu alikuwa Alliance. Boys sana tuchapia mazee Nairobi vile nakaa. Boys nimemuona kumbe hadi kwa one of the videos za wase fulani waliekewa mchele watatu plus the Uber guy. That's my pal mazee.
Bruv. Also Alliance in Nairobi.
Si Nairobi. So alikuwa anatudanganya bado.
It's not Nairobi, bruv. Alikuwa na Nusa. Alikuwa Nairobi View. High school.
Hapo ni Limuru ama ni outskirts ni easy side.
Alliance got too much fresh air kwa Nairobi.
Yes, that's not Nairobi.
So alafu baridi. No, Owen, before tuendelee, tulimention story ya Big Brother.
Maze
acha nikushow. Si unajua si tunaochingiwa kitu na hata mimi nikiwa mtoi nilikuwa naambiwa nisiwatch juu iko na tabia mbaya.
Mimi nilikuwa nataka kuwa Big Brother bro.
Na huko na wase wako ulikuwa umewatambua.
Nimesema top
3. How was the experience there, sasa from the inside?
Wacha niseme top 3 yangu yenye Kwambox alijam. Guess alijam jina gani? Number 1 yangu, na mnajua mimi the most patriotic Kenyan. Not xenophobic, but you'll know me and Nigerians. Shout out. But my number 1 Big Brother favorite guy was Uti. Oh, shout out.
And the reason I do this is because that particular season, Kenyans, right? Because I was in the finals, and the Kenyans made a unanimous decision to support the Nigerians.
Imagine.
Right? Because we feel like we're going to lose the vote, so let's just support this. I'm just like, fuck your ass. Because guys actually thought that me and Uti were like, even till today,
That's why
I still get people
I was a shipper. I was
asking me about Uti, and I'm just like, guys, it's 14 years later.
Y'all don't keep
Just
in
move
touch.
on with your life.
even like Merry Christmas.
No, we do. We're very I mean, we're cool. We're cool, yeah.
So my number 1 was Uti, number 2 was Kwambox, of course, and number 3 was CMB.
CMB.
So,
So how was the experience now on the inside? Like,
And looking back,
like
would you go back and tell a younger you to go back or to avoid it?
no, I know I say this cautiously. I have no regrets about
BB.
I feel like
Big brother.
yeah, it was and I mean I did it twice.
Yeah, because
Right,
nakumbuka
so-
the first one and the second one.
Yeah, so
Na both times Wakenya walikufa kwa voting.
So it's always the Kenyans, man.
like yeah, anyway, I completely enjoyed that experience. At that point in my life, that's where that was the challenge, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I took
yeah.
it and I had fun with it. I mean, my motto at that time in my life was it's never that serious.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's sort of still is, but maybe more refined. So I had at that point, like by the time I was going into Big Brother, I was already a reporter. I covered post-election violence in 2007, 2008. I was
didn't-
at the
I didn't
front
know
line.
that.
I almost died 3 times, right? Gunpoint, machete point, and machete point that time again. So by the time I was going into Big Brother, for me, this was a holiday camp.
Yeah.
This was like,
When
I quit my
na
job.
bunduki na
I quit my job. I was just
mapanga.
like, I don't want to do this reporting shit anymore. Fuck that. And before that, I'd been Miss Tourism. And before that, I'd played basketball in the league. So I needed a new
You were made for this fame shit. Like, there's no way you could have done all that and become just a regular. Like,
I'm sure after your mama alikwambia, ever since you were young, I always knew you were going to be this.
I kind of knew I was gonna be doing stuff in the limelight. So by the time I was going to Big Brother, mimi nilikuwa holiday camp. Sikuwa nafikiria ati money. I feel like money, the aspect of money came in the second Big Brother, but like maybe the first 2 weeks, it was just like $300,000, motherfucker.
Hiyo inakutoa
Nairobi,
una wase wako, bro.
to all those landlords, right? To fuck those niggas, those bitches,
Yaani unapita tu na wasee tu yani.
And for real, I remember I entered the show and I kind of sent a bunch of subliminals to people out there.
Yeah.
All right. But then after a while of chilling, I forgot about the money. I forgot about the money. Me, I was just having fun. And especially towards the end, the money becomes less and less in your periphery. And now you're just struggling to be, day to day. Because akuna mziki, akuna phone, you don't know what's happening out there.
Yeah.
Music is curtailed, so everyone, whenever a Big Brother decides, he's like, all right, cool, these guys, they're losing things to talk about. He gives us 1 hour of music a day, right? I'm a person whose music is like water in my life, right? I need music to function, right? So that's a form of mental, and then even the temperature is controlled. So sometimes they could drop the temperature down to 0. If they don't want you in bed, they drop the temperature down to even -10, right? Exactly. So you're thinking, today me, I don't even feel like doing anything. I'm going to stay in bed. Nah, son. You go learn today. Go carry your blanket and go chill outside. So... yeah, but it was fun. Like, I'd tell my younger self, you did fantastic.
Yeah, you did. You did for sure. Now, sasa, what was your favorite moment hapo? Ile moment unasemanga, oh damn,
the one
that
you just
one.
remember, like,
Yeah.
There's so many, but I feel like one of the best ones I remembered, because it was just how crazy it was. They did Dinner in the Sky, which is, there's a concept like that also, I think, in Dubai, where a crane suspends a dinner table and seats in the air.
Yeah.
You get to see the view of the city. So we went up, and so the thing is, they gave us champagne. So the thing you need to know, when you mix champagne with anything,
Yeah.
you're gonna...
utachoma.
you're gonna, it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
Right? So, and you remember we're on TV,
Yeah,
right? And then we have excitement, we're out of the house. Woo, we are
Wanataka uchome
unruly.
ndo ikwe content.
Bruv, we are unruly, right? So, so we're in the air. So we've had champagne, and then in the air, there's no champagne. They've worked at whiskeys, gins. So we're mixing for sure, right?
Wow.
And then the dish is like, caviar with a bit of sushi and like, see, akuna foundation, hapo, whatsoever, right? By the time we got down, so the thing is, you know what they say about getting drunk in the air, right? You know about, like, you get drunker when you're in the air than when you're on the ground. So, like, for example, if you're flying and you drink on that flight, by the time you land, you'll be much higher than while you're in the air.
Yeah.
So same thing, we were in the air. By the time we got on the ground, guys, we were still in the sky.
Yeah,
right? We were so lit. Even just walking in, like our chaperones to get us to walk in a straight line back into the house was difficult, right? And I just remember, the only thing I remember, I was in the sky, and the next thing, I was in the pool at the house. That was a fantastic moment. Like, I'd love to do dinner in the sky again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, why do you think Big Brother isn't as popular nowadays? Because remember Kitambo, like when it was your time, like it was such a huge thing, like everyone followed it. Like, I don't know, is Big Brother still around? Or they do it per country nowadays?
Now
The
it's
last
just
one I saw was
Nigeria
Big
and South
Brother,
Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah. I think, like, you tell me one thing that has stayed, even idols, like, it's kind of like played out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, after a couple of, years, people want new things. And I think the reality show format of, but I still feel like there's opportunity, especially for Big Brother Africa. I feel like people started complaining because Nigeria has, as a voting bloc, is such a huge...
And those niggas are too many.
And then they, like, Nigerians, guys, my largest fan base was Nigeria when I left the house. That's why a lot of the things I did was in Nigeria. Because guys there love this show. Like, I'd visit even your show. And, like, for real, I kid you not. Like, I had fans who were shows, like, and, I have to go to Nigeria and have to go visit them in their houses. And this show, she's like 100. And she's just, oh my God. And I'm just like, so all sorts of people, like, and when because I don't watch Big Brother, my ADHD would not allow me to sit down and consume this show, like, that whole while. But people tell you things like how you changed their lives because of, just the way you were, like, or things you were talking about, or, maybe something you said and they were like, you made me
Your
think differently, right? And around the continent, because, we're not all the same. We're not exposed to the same things. So I had a chance. So because of Big Brother, I got to travel to over 25 African countries and out of interest. And
big shout out, man.
But I want Big Brother to come
shout
back.
out.
I feel like I would be amazing in that show.
Wewe unge
definitely.
controversial but nafeel
So
watu wangekutoa kwanza.
I would get a Nigerian girlfriend kwanza immediately. Ashasema cheat code in Nigeria. So
that's what everybody does. And then
Don't
like,
vote.
Nigerians also know they can see through your BS.
that one and AC, I'll be like hedging my bets. I'll play both sides against each other.
I wish we can
Kenyan sa podcast mnaendelea na propaganda. So all the podcasts I'll be like, yo, please pigeni support. So when don't touch manage support yangu ya Kenya.
Usijali, mimi ningekufanyia hiyo stuff vibaya sana. Pause. Kwanza tunafaa tuanzishe yetu ya Kenya. Na mimi nataka kufanya yetu Big Brother.
Yeah.
Big Brother Africa. We just gotta do that shit. You know what I mean? Like
kuiba and shit.
Asia kuiba.
Making the band.
Na unajua juzi nilipata email flani very interesting. This is just aside from what we were talking about. Nilipata email kwa email yetu ya Sandwich Podcast. Ilikuwa ya YouTube. So walitutumia ile email walitumia waseka wote.
Oh, yeah.
Unakumbuka nikikutumia?
Yeah.
Ya KFCB. Kenya Film Commission Board. Your story yote. Sisi hatuko post because we don't do that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
But I didn't even know those niggas know us.
Yeah, hata sikuwa najua wase kumbe we're actually a big deal. I mean, we know it, but so I started to mail stuff nikasema kwani like unajua ndo upost kitu YouTube because mi najua vibaya sana about this na nilikuwa na post ile time hata YouTube ilikuwa new tukifanya shit yetu.
YouTube ikiwa new.
Una going through a whole ass
as in for somebody who's not from Nairobi.
No, this nigga said when YouTube
it's
was
new to him.
Oh.
Yes.
Not new to me. No,
old,
guys, by the way, do a show. In fact,
he's a bit old. So.
Mazee hamtanifanyia hivi by the way, guys. Kwani ulingoja Kwambox kwa episode mnifanyia hivi? Mbona mjaniambia?
Is YouTube your first social media platform?
Na wap triko to bidi.
By the way, guys, sijui mnafikiri Kisumu inakaje. By the way, tunafaa kwenda trip Kisumu.
Listen, let me tell you, like Kisumu podcasters, can you start waking up and like digging up your city? Because like for us, it always seems like you see your podcasters come and then they start claiming Nairobi, right? Like accent iko wapi bana? Sisi tunataka kusikia hii podcast bana.
Hapana, guys, wacha niwashow. Unajua huko Kisumu wanangoja mini land ndo niwashow mambo ya podcast. Unanipata?
We should do a show.
Kuna wase wengi sana wa Kisumu wenye wako Nairobi sai wenye wana do their shit on the internet deadly. Naweza name a few. Naweza anza na baba.
But are they are they representing Kisumu, right? And like I know like we're joking about it, but like I usually say these things so that so that someone gets angry enough and puts out a podcast, right? And like really and genuinely, part of the reason why I set up a podcast studio is for that aspect. Like, podcasting shouldn't be a scenario for only affluent Nairobians, right? And when I mean affluent, trust me, I mean it for anybody who's outside of Nairobi. Kenya is broke, okay? So affluent is anybody who can feed themselves, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so a lot of people, like even just to chomoa like 5K to go to a studio to record, for example, or 20K or whatever, is a lot, right? So because of that, the cutoff point for the entry point for podcasting becomes just for so even the conversations, people think that Nairobi is just about like if you hear all the late podcasts,
there's that tone you already know they're gonna.
But me, I want to see 3 vienyeji.
Umera bwana.
Wewe nakwambia, unajua umeibeba kitu kwa kichwa hivi ukasema wewe umetoka kwa tingatinga alafu bwana amefanya. Wewe nakwambia hiyo kitu inanichokeshanga, right? And it's like legit shit. Nimeenda kwa shamba
na hivyo ndo wana feelingi.
Yeah. Because I want, that's just what it is, right? That's just what it is. Like, that's a conversation, and I feel like I'd listen to that. Yeah. But I feel like by the time they get on the podcast, they would want to try and sound like they're from Nairobi.
Oh, yeah.
So we lose that authenticity, right, of what they would be presenting there.
Yeah, it's like us when we started our podcast. Unajua before sisi tufanye podcast yetu, even the guys who are doing podcasts in Kenya, nilifanya a very wide research. Wase walikuwa na try kusound kawa wase wa majuu. Si tulikam tukibonga hivi.
Actually, everyone wanted to sound like Mike Sarope.
Like, yes, na Mike Sarope unajua Gia na bonga hivi. Unataka kubonga kama mswa UK sahi surely.
In it, bruv.
Yeah, like yo, in it, bruv. Where's the sound cowboys?
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I mean, where's the sound hivyo boss?
Yeah.
So wase wengi walikuwa na try kusound kawa wase wa majuu because podcasts hazikuwa like Kenya hivyo. So everyone in fact walikuwa na speak in English wakifanya nini. I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But kama you see hivyo ndo mnabonganga mtaani, huwezi kuja hapa kufanya kitu ingine different. So what else we did, tulikama hapa mazee tukafanya mambo yetu, tukaanza kubonga tu hivi, bro, unakumbuka jana nini na ile stuff ile kufanyikia nini. The next thing we know, boom, ime blow up from the first episode.
The first episode we did I think one inside my
your mom's SQ.
Then the other 2 inside a car. And then by the 5th episode down, like a studio had us and they're like, yo, you guys, come record. Yeah. So thank God we never had to pay at any point to use a studio. Yeah. We were lucky. We usually get a lot of DMs. The guys are like, yo, how can we start recording in like to connect content? Now this is not guys from Ushago, but other guys from, let's say, the ghetto.
I think you should start wherever you are. Listen, let me tell you, like Gwede TV, for example.
Yeah, big shout out to Gwede, man.
Fucking love their content, right? I don't understand 99% of the things, but
but
I'm here for the lip syncing, motherfucker, right? When I see when I see their interviews and stuff and like you can see, YouTube is full of, or TikTok is full of people who have 1 million views, right? And the stuff was shown on a Kabambe Pro Max, right? So I don't think it's the quality of the equipment that you have. I think it's the
content,
your content, and what it is that you want to say. Point of view, POV is very important. So if it's not just, and I say I move from content because I feel like when people say content, people think it's just like, oh, you take this, umeone kitu maze hii kitu ina happen. No, it's what's your point of view. So I think the gold, if you want to start, ask yourself is, do I have a point of view? If you do, then you can. You can
so KFCB, instead of sending us stupid letters, bro, function ya seni easy si stuff wanafaa kwa kifanya like set up studios,
wanasema hii Kenya tunadu, Kenya wanasema Kenya tunadu ni film hii stuff.
Oh no, but I'm saying like in general, like were they not supposed to set up like studios all over Kenya?
Yeah, they're supposed
guys
to be.
like wase wako mashinani wakina Kibs waweze kurecord.
Kina Kibs. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with these niggas now, man? Like nini?
Mabest wakina Kibs like waweze kurecord. Mbona ni sisi ndio wanasumbua ati ya YouTube license, bro? Hakuna kwani
by the way, unajua ndo YouTube operate in Kenya iko na license yake.
You have to
na wewe ukipost kitu YouTube washaambiwa mazee kitu mbaya erotic hatutaki, so you better handle that before us to come for it. That's why when we post lazima wa confirm shit tunasema na shit tunadu like ni kitu yenye inaenda to the public, and that's why kuna hiyo stuff ya is your stuff inaweza kuwa viewed na wase wako above 18. If yes unasema, if no ina limit wase wenye wakiingia YouTube email yao inaangalia age. Like it's a whole thing, unajua it's not accurate but at least inafanya the work.
And that's why apparently your video slow down when you say fuck in the first 5 minutes. That's why we stopped cussing in the beginning.
So unaanza na the fucking vibes.
Oh shit, walai. Oh my god, bro.
Yo, Biggie, cut up. Sema tu, you know the vibes, sawa. Cheza to something, do something about that, man.
But yeah, so kuna checks in place. So mbona wase ni kututax, kuna license ya
but ni tax. Wameona wase wana make dough from. Do you know I know a nigga who makes $1 million on YouTube per month?
Nani? Okay, usiseme but.
Sitasema but kuna wase.
Okay, wako.
Uganda shillings ama?
No, Kenyan shillings.
Wako.
Yeah. Na ni wase wana shoot lakini daily pia.
But so, this is for on that KFCB issue, this is what I'll say. I feel like whether the license or not should be there, that's beside the point. I feel like just the way they introduce this thing, like wachini behave kawa same kienyeji as in come to Nairobi for the first time.
Hamtaongea hivyo.
Mimi naongea na watu wa KFCB. Right?
Watch ufala.
Kwanzia CEO kuteremka paka ule cleaner. Like you all behave. No, the reason I say this is because I mean, when you introduce something, there needs to be dialogue between the person that you're. Otherwise, it sounds punitive, right? And for me, it irks me because it's like almost they were trying to get a reaction from the creators, right? And you saw at the time the email came Friday very late, you know, creators at the same time, and did they sit and ask themselves, when we release this, what will happen? What will be the reaction? Number two, did they engage the stakeholders in the right, which is this is the protocol of how things are happening, and clearly, and even if they say yes, they did. Like I'm not talking about I'm talking about like real. Were you involved? Was I involved? I wasn't, right? And so once you bring it, then it's punitive, and the reaction is justified. The reaction from all of us. But I think the most pretentious thing for me was the fact that the CEO now then came out and said, "I have stopped this," you know. So, and we see this all the time, even in politics, right? The best way, if, like for example, today unataka kusimama uambie watu mazee hapa Nairobi nataka kuwasaidia, ni like umse ushago nataka kutufanya nini? Right? I'm giving an example, right?
Unamaanisha nani? By the sijui mbona mnaacha vitu tu zisonge. By the sielewe mbona mnaacha vitu zisonge. It's like it's normal. Is this how you guys have been feeling about me? Like adi background uko nyuma ya camera. Is this babe? Is this how you've been? I'm going to watch the save life ya umse ushago.
It's because you're tighter than tight. Listen.
Akicheka tunacheka. So tunaangalia hivi.
Hapana. Ama amesave ushago niggas life.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but like you know how like in politics, like if you want, if like unataka kutuambia mazee hapa nataka kusimamia, I'll bring good
Nairobi.
things. Yeah, you say I'll bring good things, I'll do this, I'll do that. We're just saying, as we don't have any problems, you gotta create the problem and then solve it, and that's what you see. So you know, like leaders will do something like, oh, I'm adding a tax on matatus, blah blah blah, and then guys, and then the president comes out and says, guys, I have.
Nimeongea na
And then,
wasee.
of course, it looks as good optics to the president.
Yeah.
And for me, Bona CEO, it just looks like you are trying to introduce yourself with like PR. And this was a terrible
100%.
stunt.
Yeah.
It was a terrible stunt. In fact, it was a Kenyeji stunt, if I'm being honest. Right?
Yeah, because and then the presser was like at night also. Like none of this was like above board.
Yeah. So that's for that. Whether the license is good or not, that's beside the point. It's just how you gotta come correct. Like just imagine if like we're married, right? And then you come home one day and you're just like, babe, ebu umepika. Kwanza unajua nakuja na bibi mwingine. I'm like, sorry, you can't introduce that story like that. Like, you can't say you're getting married to a second wife like that. You know, like no.
But apparently
This is a long game. Like
okay.
2 years, you're still trying to introduce me to this babe. You know what I mean? And then finally, like you can't just come like that. That's like you can't come correct.
that's what all niggas used to do, bro. Unashanga, kwani umetuletea house girl hapana bedhe.
Huyu ndo bibi yangu.
Yeah, so that in 2024.
Oh, no. Wait,
I dare you. Bring that shit. Tutakuwa news.
I feel like
7 p.m. news.
I feel like the BSR would do that to Rachel. And I come to Namse status. But hey, Rachel.
Yeah.
So is it even the new role eh? Kwa sababu mimi unajua mi itumbi mazee.
Na
Mimi unasikia sijasema kitu yote hapa.
Sisi interview sakaja once, so hopefully tuko safe.
Wow.
Hiyo time bado wasa walikuwa wanampenda. Sahi
I feel like you've fallen into those dimples and you're
No,
you're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Ilikunywa wa mama pamoja na wewe.
The first time when
You have been swept away.
The first time when we interviewed him, I'm not gonna lie, I personally was a bit starstruck. Niko like, yo bro, usi ni governor ati anasema, hey bro, hata utoangi shades hata uke. Like he did some research, unajua ile amepewa notes na mswake kusema hii. Akahid vitu zangu zote. Ati budako nini? Anajua sina mzae.
Anajua hadi hauna mzae.
So I got like, so we were doing like some softball questions.
Lakini me see I'm not at me watching the podcast anymore 24/7, but mi najua wewe uko na daddy issues.
Ni kitu ina wanaiweponaizingi tena wamenijamia TikTok.
Si weaponizing na kwanga badge of honor, badge of armor.
Yeye unaiva hapa unaona player ukifunganga ball wana kiss back.
I'm sure this is even your party trick. You're just like you. I guess there he's like, I can do magic and pull something out of your ear. This guy comes, another guy comes with a Lamborghini. You're just like, me, my dad.
I don't have a dad.
I don't have a dad.
Maybe even the one anateka hata madem pia.
Unakuwa bit I'm
sad.
when you do a mistake. Like no one ever taught me.
Nigga, you need to get over that shit. Like you're like,
I still
this
have
is a statistic for Nairobi.
I still have 5 more years to use
bro,
it. You can't use it when you're 30.
No, bro. Like
in your 20s, you can still be like, yo, I need a dad for direction.
You can use this shit in like maybe Uganda, but in Kenya, when you're like, like you're that person who's like, me, I was short over here, and then you're like, me, I don't have legs.
Yeah, me. Thank God, my
it gets
mom,
worse.
Thank God, my mom has a masculine second name. You know that thing for. When you go on Thika Road, alafu unatumia konda fare, alafu inasema like Peter
Wanjiku.
When you bring that up, bro, watu ujama.
But if that's the name I have, imagine that's the one you're going to get. Look, if your daddy ain't shit, like I'm giving you my Patricia. Do you want Patricia or do you want Kwamboka? Chagua.
Chagua moja.
Yo. So like, what's this masculine name?
Mine.
Yeah.
Mine is at least Njuguna.
Uko tu sawa.
Your mama.
If I was 10, it would be a bit.
It would have really been the icing on the cake, the cherry.
Yeah. Whenever it says something, niggas would be like, what's the second name? Yeah. I get it.
But like guys usually, I feel like guys are the ones who have that pressure on each other. Like I don't have an issue. Like if you like, I don't care. Like I guess I'm a bit different, but like I don't care whether you have a dad or a mom or like you go solo or You're right.
Wait,
You're right. I don't care.
even in relationships and shit. You don't
Yeah.
care?
Listen, by the time you even start telling me, first me, I don't care. You know those ones. By the time you start opening up, you're just like, you don't even know anything about me. I'm just like, we've been dating for 7 years.
Yeah.
What I know is enough.
Yeah. Imetosha.
Why the fuck should I know you have a mom? Am I dating her?
Mama kwa ningia wapi kwa relationship yetu surely babe.
So
You have a sibling.
have you ever met the parents or the family of the person you've been with?
You know, Kwanzaa, like, actually my very immediate ex. When Chalima said,
Sema.
fuck that guy.
By the big shout out to Harold Tende, atanishukuru sana usinikiss nikikusema hiki kitu, but anakupenda mbaya. Every time anakuona kwa stories zangu, yani uko na Kwambox now.
Umeharibu clip ilikuwa ingie BNN.
No.
Kwambox akiongelea
Just no,
ex
hiyo
wake.
ni side note, but yeah, let's go back to
Fuck that Harold nigga.
Shout out to Harold.
to Kwambox immediate ex. But big shout out to Harold. Yeah.
Shout out to Harold. I hope una get Kumar.
Kumar, ni movie kids.
I get. Kwani?
Lakini I hope unajua audio yake si ati Harold ni huyo. Harold anaingia kwa nyumba.
By the guys, we Kisumu iko mbele by the msijione hivyo.
Harold ameingia kwa nyumba. Ndio huyo Kumar. Anyway, yeah, so my ex, yeah, fuck that guy. I mean, with like jestfully.
Why did you say fuck me?
No, because I feel like part of, you asked me about meeting the folks and or the family, and I feel like part of the reason why I was just like, was I didn't get to meet his people, like his friends, his family, and for me, I'm like, when we're dating,
Friends and family.
Yeah.
You met
Wow.
no
for
one.
me, I'm like, I mean, I met a few people, but I feel like he could have done better. Yes, and so for me, those kind of things, like, they irk me. If you're dating someone, like, and not, wait, let me say this, I don't mean sexing.
Yeah, different.
Because I remember I was saying dating the other day, and someone says, what do you mean by dating?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm like, you're my mutus. You're my Morios.
Kuna wase wanasemanga right now I'm dating around, unajua, like, imagine.
Hii ni Kisumu.
Si Kisumu, hii ni ya Nairobi, by the way,
One
guys.
of our co-hosts usually says the difference between dating and being in a
relationship. Yeah. So anasema right now I'm dating around. Nilikuwa na date 2 boys jana. Kesho kutwa niko na date na Owen.
No, that's going out on dates. Oh my God, guys, English is just one.
It's
going out on dates, and then this dating, right?
Yeah.
This is a person I'm currently dating, right? And then okay, I get it. Then it progresses into a relationship. So this person I was in a relationship with, and I just feel like the way he was moving slowly on, these things. And yes, I've been told that people move at their own pace, but I'm like, that pace is not for me.
No,
because me, when I'm dating, like, ecosystem, right? Ecosystem, not ecosystem. Like, IKO and eco, right? I need to know what is your support system. Like, Ninini, who are the people in your life, right? Because the people in your life, once I meet your friends, I'll be able to
know the kind of person
you are,
right?
And not only just friends, you can't nitpick and decide you're going to, like, kuna friends when you amepatiwa script, so you remember, I'm that guy. Remember, I'm the CEO of Nini.
I've never
remember,
seen
just
like
keep saying
this.
board meetings, right? Or some shit like that. Yeah. So yeah.
Deal imeingiana, bro.
Yeah. So shit like that. And for me, you're gonna meet my friends, the people who are closest to me. Like, I use them to know whether I'm wasting my time. So I'll introduce you to my sister. I'll introduce you to my friend. Like, so they'll be like, "Ay, uyo," So that's the reason I'm saying fuck him. But he was.
Wait, how long were you guys together?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Was it?
That's the end. That's the door. The door has closed. The door has closed. That was a peek into my life, and the door has closed back.
So let me ask Kibbs then, because he is in a committed.
Before uendelee, usiseme kitu cha Kisumu.
There's no. It's no one.
Why? Mbona unakata Kisumu hivi?
Claim is good.
So I'm saying, venyeji hukuja Nairobi, and then they forget your roots.
No, this is who I am right now. But wao Kisumu in fact fuck the past, nigga. Like me past yangu na Julia Jory. Kuna wase Kisumu wako like I want to be like Kim. Hawajui nilitoka huko, unajua.
So how long did it take for you to introduce your significant other to your folks?
First of all, I'm always chilling with my niggas. So but he demu wangu
not friends but parents rather, because
to my folks.
Yeah, friends unajua tumejuana.
Yeah, of course. Juzi kwanza ilikuwa very interesting. Juzi nilikuwa nafaa kupeleka masangu Athi River juu alibuy some piece of land huko sometime back. So unajua na hizi floods ameshtuka. Bwana uangalie kunaendaje, labda shamba yako ni maji, unajua. So tukaenda pale. So hiyo date tulikuwa nafaa kuenda. I went on a date with breakfast date, that is.
With mamas.
Yeah, I went on of course with my boo. So tulienda on a breakfast date. Tulikuwa tumeenda CJs. Najua ulikuwa nangoja. Tumeenda CJs 1 2 3 pale nini. So masangu akanitext randomly. Babako amekataa kunipeleka, unaweza nipeleka? Unajua jubudangu akikatanga kitu, I'm the next guy. You know, I'm the next guy in her life. In fact, sometimes I even feel like I'm the first one. The main one. So akaniambia unaweza nipeleka. Of course mimi masangu ni the first love of my life, man. Yeah. So nikamwambia mimi niko ndani, but nikikuja na kamna my boo na anamjuanga nilizanga nani yako aje.
Wait, now I have another classic black people question. Who sat at the front?
Yeah,
nafika hapo. It was a question I asked. Unajua yeye alikuwa submit. No, I'll just cut the back. Nikamwambia hapana, wacha tuone. So tukafika pale. So first of all nilimwacha kwa gari hapo kwa parking nikienda kwa keja ya madhe. Nikaongea na budangu hapo mwenye alikataa kuwapeleka. Kumbe alikuwa anadai tu watch TV. So alikuwa hapo ana watch TV nini, nikamwambia madhe, "Mom, mko ready?" Yeah, wakaoga mbio nini tukaenda. So mimi nimeenda kwa gari mbio ndo nikae kwanza sasa ni have your conversation. So she's coming, juu alikuwa ametense. The first time wame meet before but not the first time they're spending more than like 30 minutes an hour plus together. So nikamwambia by the anakam nini, akasema siwache niende tu nyuma ndo akuje. Nikamwambia hapana, relax. Boss, mamangu naye ni boss babe. Right? Masangu atambui. Kwanza hiyo ndai kwanza niko nayo si yangu. Ndiye aliniambia tutumianga hii, sikutachoka nao nirudishie. Sasa amekaa mzee ameniambia Tony so amesema Kib's girlfriend, how are you? Nini akakuja kamhug. Alimhug amempindua akaingia front seat. Alright? I didn't have to choose. Sasa masangu na ametambua, anajuanga kiona inda ya blue. Mimi kwanza yeye ndo alikuwa na driving kwanza. Atili kaza kumdrive around. Alisema maze boss, hii ni mtaa yangu. Sasa ashampindua, anamhug. Si unajua mlango iko pale. Ametoka tu anamhug. Oh my god.
Songesha.
Akimzungusha. Kaingia kaka. But unajua yeye alikuwa shaamua anakaa nyuma. So it wasn't a big deal. But imagine mzee alikuwa amesema anakambele umepinduliwa hivyo. Unajua inga savita hapo ibidi.
But then let me tell you, the only person like if it's your mom, yeah, but like if it's your girlfriend, I'm sorry girl. If tumetoka job na Tonio na tunakuja kukupiku unakaa nyuma. I'm sorry. Otherwise I'm going to pick fast. No, I say this because
ni mse wa kwanza.
Yeah. The first come first serve.
Sasa ile time before tujesa Kibs na nani wako serious ile ukweli. Kuna ile
that's what we call her here. We call her nani.
We don't want to say.
We don't want to say. Unajua mahater. Mahater ni wengi. Watu wako na roho chafu. Sasa tuko imani ya Mungu pekee. Hata mahaters ataka. Yeah, we're not even putting the energy there.
The first time like nilianza kutell like wako serious ukweli ni any other girl wa kimsana
hapana usinipaint hivyo.
Ruka hapo nyuma. Ruka hapa mbele.
No ni juu mtu kama wewe ni mrefu, gari yangu unajua si kubwa. So Owen lazima stretching mguu mbele, right?
No, same thing yo, same thing.
Yeah.
Sasa nikaka nyuma. Afuka ile jifia Idris. Ndio naangalia best yake like yani umefanya nikae nyuma. Ndio nafaa kwa ox.
Alikukalisha nyuma. Na ukakubali.
The pause. The first weekend I was a bit tight. Pause
that shit, man. Unasema nini? What do you mean?
The second weekend ilikuwa like more accepting. Juu tulikuwa sawa sio wengine hapo nyuma. But the third weekend ikakuwa like oh shit,
but it's crazy. Pause again. But it's crazy how your friends and your partner always fight for a position in your life. Unajua, it's like kuna hii position yenye uni the closest person to you after of course your family. Ako hapa hata familia yako saa zingine mseka unajua mzaya yuko. So mzaya yuko kwa picture. So ni madhe tu wako hapa. So kuna hii position mazee kuna mse mmoja tu anafit hapo ndani. So it says that demo pause. It says that demo wako ama maboyo wako. So kama una dem ni maboyo wako uko hiyo position. Like ni ile mazeni kiboeka nikidai ku calm down, ku cool down napigia maboyo wangu. But sai mtu kama mimi nikidai ku cool down, I don't even remember my friends don't even remember the last time I called them juu niko na stress.
Yeah.
But
Jubu wangu wako hapo.
I feel like you're an age thing. Labda ukiwa younger una depend on your friends more as a crutch. Ukiwa older unakuwa more understanding. Uko like these niggas have their own lives.
Wana fight.
Like,
But hiyo stuff ya marafiki zako na demu wako kufight for your position in your life, especially a girl who's just new in your life. Unacheki juu before hata nimuintroduce kwenyu mtaanza kuona na kuambia niko na date na kuambia niko na nini, alafu nimlete around. Unajua juu ina taking time before mlete kwa maboys. Lazima wewe umscan, maboys wamscan before ifike hata huko kwa wazazi.
Do you all do that still? Like do your friends have to like not approve but
like wakuambie by the tunampenda ama tumpendi.
I mean that it's important for me. Kuna zingine wewe acha tu tuambie tu kweli. Hapo ni you know when someone is telling you know like the way the dentist tells you sweets are bad for your home. You know what I mean? Like there are those ones where like everybody will tell you. Like there's this particular one I even talked about it on my on Boxport.
A big shout out to Boxport by the top podcast.
You guys
Kwambox is part of the
like
podcast. One
of my favorite pages, West African man.
Oh, because of the body count. So I went out. I met this person, and everything was just so just wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, right? And then I went on this because I really love Diani, and I think that almost every weekend I was down in Diani.
Yeah.
I love sunsets at Congo River.
Yeah.
So there we are, sunset down, everything is dope. Hey, sijui ni bangi gani liningia kwa kichwa. I decided to post a few things on my Instagram, which I never do. Right?
Yeah.
Like if you look at my Instagram, you probably think like I'm a bot.
Mysterious.
Right?
Public
Like,
figure.
you think I'm a bot. But it's because I learned hard way. Because the week before, before I went to Diani, we were on the podcast and they were like, oh, so have you met anyone new? I'm just like, yeah. You guys.
So happy. Wewe.
Watch after Diani. Right? Because, now after, wiki meisha, the excitement.
Yeah.
Like we're now at that weird space for like, do we still text each other?
Yeah.
Like, now like it has ishad, and then you just like, okay, bye. Came back the next episode. They're like, so how's it going? You guys made don't talk about love here. Sitaki kuongea mambo
Just like me.
Yes, love
just like you, yeah.
Right? So
mapenzi ni ya ma-idlers,
so that particular one, people like my friends were like, how come we never met this person? Because they knew I was like, this person was not good for me.
Yeah.
Right? And those ones are the ones you don't introduce your friends to because you just say, I don't need your advice.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're coming up here with good advice. I don't need that shit.
Hata unajuanga isi poa kwangu lakini ni inanibamba. Ndio inabamba.
Siski.
Mesha pia natakanga risk. Unajua it's like unapanda nduthi, right? Unajua this as in two things can happen here. You can arrive or you can die.
Yeah. Unaweza arrive hapa uko juu.
You can arrive at where you are going or you can arrive at KNH ICU kwa sababu cranium haiko, right? Tuliwacha on the barabara, right?
Ulipanguza barabara.
Unamwambia kanyaga like this, like in traffic.
Yeah.
Yes. Risks saa zingine.
Damn. Now, me feature. So what does that say about
Kwanza
nataka kutell
sawa Lil Wayne, ya zako tu ni maficha.
features peke. Big shout out, man. Big shout out.
Most of the time uko like, yeah, let's not blow each other up spot. Like usiseme tuko. But ingine uko like, yo, hata post hata mkono. Sasa niko na tattoo. Ukipost hapa mse atajua ni mimi.
By the way, kuna process boss. Before hata uingie kwa page, unafaa kuwa at least ashaka ako happy Twitter, all right? Ashasema mazee saini siku hizi na feel niko happy. Siku hizi na get good morning text. Bro, kuna my man before hata upost iwe.
The bare minimum like buy flowers so tatu. Oh my man.
So tatu, come on. Wait. Kwa umebuy flowers gani hizo boss?
Wewe ulisema unataka kuweka mchele.
Flowers. Oh, yeah, not an experience I would want. But I feel like it's an experience niggas should go before we
should be
certain
asked,
age.
when do you want to have your mchele? Before meals or after meals?
I would say before. Let me have it before 30.
Right. Before
1
meals
3.
or after meals?
And
After you've dished her.
Mwana mi system PS.
This nigga, man.
Oh, wait,
Imagine
wait,
what we go through this.
Wait,
all
so
the time.
10 more minutes and then we head into the dilemmas.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, we have a segment where we put up an anonymous link on our Instagram and the
And guys just say their stuff.
send in
Si
their
discuss.
confessions or whatever they want to get off the chest.
Anonymously.
Okay.
And then we talk about them. So last week, we had a guy who said,
Mukena, big shout out to Mukena, man.
yeah, shout out to Mukena, Bachana Mukena, bro. Me, I'm still stuck on that one guy who lied to his parents that he was in Harvard.
Oh shit, nakumbuka yo stuff.
And that nigga is not in Harvard.
Yeah.
You know how much of
The
a
parents are
audacious
separated.
lie that has to be. So as we told him, either come clean or unalive yourself. I really hope that advice was helpful. So
And there was another
wait,
one
I
as you
don't
look
focus
for
on
as you look for
that.
and as you look for more dilemmas, kulikuwa na msema zee alituma namba yake akasema vile amededi John.
Oh yeah.
So akasema mazee
Patanisho.
mimi ndo hii namba yangu tu but mimi na Joan nimemdedi nataka kwenda date naye nataka nini. So we called the guy live hapa hivi.
Yeah.
Jamaa akasema venye mazee unajua singetuma Instagram yangu kwanza tukashanga utumi Instagram yako kwa nini but we figured maybe
Amechapa.
Sitaki kusema hivyo unajua but yeah kitu
Beauty's in the eyes.
Beauty's in the eyes of the beholder but ni crazy wase utuma some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Na Owen sijuka uko na yote
I have one ready to go, locked and loaded.
ile ya mzazi.
Yeah. So this one says, "Hey guys, I love the podcast. Shout out to you." Yeah, shout out to you too. So this one says, "I caught my dad cheating on my mom." That's all. Very ameachiapo. I caught my dad cheating.
Something
on my
you'll
mom.
never experience.
Wow, pole.
No, as in, at least you see there's a silver lining for not having a dad.
Yeah. At least utaiona.
Yeah. He saved you from that shit.
Na pia true story hii ni kitu imeniapenia before na the craziest thing nishaambia wase.
One of the funniest stories in our friend
So
groups.
kuna best yangu mazee mimi nilikuwa ninaenda nakumbuka ilikuwa Wakanda. So wase walisema mazee lazima tuvae vitenge, tuvae like some African shit, not
Unajua,
vitenge.
Gibbs your time,
African shit.
bado ametoka hizo side.
Yeah. Alishasema kitenge kwa club. Sema shit.
Chezeni chini. No, ilikuwa movies. No, scary. Black Panther ilikuwa ina premiere kwa movies. All right?
Okay.
So we had to wear some African shit. Juu ilikuwa the thing at that time, you know, like in the first black African movie.
Mlikuwa wapi? Which
Hii ilikuwa Prestige.
Oh,
Nilienda
Prestige,
kuachia Prestige. So mimi nimeunda kuna kitenge fulani tulipiganga sijaipiga tena juu ilikuwa ya harusi.
hiyo shit
alright?
ilikuwa kali though. Ile ya black.
But ilikuwa tena ilikuwa half hivi. Unajua ilikuwa like acrobat. Ningekuwa na dread. Ningeanza kubloma moto kwa mdomo hapo hivyo. So nimefika Prestige.
Ungekuwa traffic.
Waze. Ningekuwa pale traffic. Riverside kwa hiyo nini kwa hapo mazee napandana na wase. Pause. So mimi nimeenda pale Prestige. Hiyo time sorry babe but your time you know I had that past. Your time nilikuwa na msemo mwingine nilimuuliza tu oye ni aje let's go for this movie date ni Black Panther ni premiere. So tumeenda pale na unajua just like it's custom lazima tudunge 1 2 3
Yeah.
African najua
Vitenge and shit.
vitenge nini. So mimi nimepiga yangu. Nimefika pale tumeenda hiyo base wase uenda kusema okay nimeregister hii movie uchukue vitu zako upewe ticket. Nikikaa hapo naona mzee buda boys wangu like a close guy naona mzae.
We had a friend group of like 5 people.
Tulikuanga group ya waseka 5 ni kama na Owen but of course si easy kwa Owen singeona budake.
Yeah.
Sijamuona. So mimi nimekaa hapo mazee hapo naona si buda best yangu. Nikasema acha nimgotee this maniga. Nikaenda naona kando yake kuna dem anakatuka dem. Na singeshuku anything until niliona akimshika, you know, like akishika hadi diabs, you know, like ile una mark territory, yes, right? Unajua in the wild simba wewe na kojo around base fulani ku mark territory. Yeah. So yeye alikuwa shika hapo nikasema so hakuniona really but or rather aliniona akanilenga tu So mimi nimecheki nikasema aya guy nikarudi shughuli zangu nikachukua ticket hata sikutaka nione nikajificha. Kaingia movies nikatoka.
Sasa kwa movies of course
kwa movies sikujua alikaa wapi because ni dark anyway.
Walikuwa wanaenda kushoot movie.
Maybe. Yeah, na unajua ni dark so unaweza imagine the kind of movie they shot there. So mimi nimetoka shughuli nimeenda home but now the problem came when the next week tumechill wote maboys wangu na huo boys. Sana shanga gosh.
A bit of backstory. This guy, ndo unajua Kibz expressed the amount of shock alikuwa na. This guy was the
Ule father
dad
figure
in the group.
unatakanga.
Like, wow, I wish this guy
I wish
was
my dad was like this guy.
But like considering you,
Yeah,
Of course, wewe unataka tu father.
anybody,
Wewe unataka tu buda.
anybody's daddy's a
Bora
good
tu
dad.
buda kue.
Yeah, hata Biki hapa akinibeanga soda.
Una feel them dad, is that you?
So we used to have like Sunday dinners at their place.
At their place, mazee umsi anatu inspire man. Ananifanya hadi niliwaenda home nikiambia masangu buda wa best yangu mazee ni msemfichi tumewatch hadi futana I wish my dad tulikuwa tunawatch futana unajua ako but ayuko una get so tumechill hivi my boys including that guy. So sijui nimwambie nisimwambie na kani kumwambia nitamwambia aje.
I mean, I think you should assume the motherfucking shut up. You should not like it's none
So
of your,
nisiseme
it's
alafu
none of
aseme
your
yani my dad told me even so you and you didn't tell me.
business. Yeah. Did your dad tell you what he was doing? Did the dad tell him? Let the dad handle his own nonsense.
But shouldn't I be like
Yo,
a loyal
No, but as a good friend, as a best
good
friend, nimwambie
friend,
mazee,
man.
ebu cheki familia yako, ebu check up man.
so let me ask you.
Check out what's going on, dog.
Look. Even for that one who said I found my dad cheating on my mom. That's none of your motherfucking business.
But she'd have to
It's
jump in
none
say advice.
of your business, right? Because when two people are doing their thing, right? Because I know as kids, the idea is like you go there. So for example, you tell that guy like, oh, your dad is doing this to your mom. So he goes there and says, Dad, how can you do this to mom? Like you're asking him as who? Unamuliza kanani?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
number two, do you really think what happens between two people in a relationship, they don't know what's going on, right? It's you are finding out, right? But they have problems.
Yeah.
By the time people reach, it's not people don't go out of their relationships because they're happy. Like now we're adults, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
because things are.
Say now we know
Now
better.
we know.
Bro,
now
like,
we know.
I tell you, like if I was when I was younger, that's the kind of shit I'd just be like, yo, you know what? We are going to talk to your daddy.
Yeah,
We're gonna confront him.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but like on which leg? Like
Yeah.
which clause am I using to
Yeah,
go to?
yeah. When ni nani?
Yeah, like you should mind your own business.
Guess what? After days of contemplating, I finally told this guy.
What the fuck?
When we were smoking.
Yeah, I did. Tulikuwa tunakula sandwich.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
me
shit, we're
nikasema
eating a
before
sandwich.
zishike zaidi, let me just talk to my nigga man. Nikamwambia boss, unajua wewe ni boy wangu. Unajua lazima make sure umemweka hapo. Wewe ni boy wangu, wewe ni mse wangu. So cheki, nilienda juzi movies. Na nilipata na budako. Oh, budangu upenda movies. Nah, nigga, it's not that. Na alikuwa na dem fulani na sidhani alikuwa tu beshte yake cause alikuwa amemshika design fulani. Alikuwa maybe on a date na udem nini. So mimi nangoja niambie 1 2 3 maze. Niko like fuck. All of a sudden jamaa akasema, "Fuck, I know my nigga is always cheating, man." Nikasema, "What the hell?
Turns
You know
out
that nigga is
the
always
nigga is a habitual
Kumbe is a habitual
cheater.
cheater. We just never knew that side
Yeah.
of him. So si tumeshtuka. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Kumbe ningekuambia hiki to the next day.
Exactly.
Yeah, so,
no, actually, no. You should have just minded your own motherfucking business.
That shit broke our
Because now
hearts more
you drew out. You brought his
content.
family shit to like now he has to now start telling you, oh, you know, this is what my dad is up to.
Yeah.
But the reality is they know. In fact, the two people who are in that relationship first, wanajua. Alafu, either the person has, like I have a friend who told me that he confronted the dad.
About cheating?
Because he found out that the dad has another family.
Okay.
Oh.
Right? And I was just like, you need to grow up. Like you
Oh, na familia wewe.
genuinely need to grow up, right? Because the truth is your mom probably knows.
Yeah.
Right? And due to things like if you're going to confront him, you're either confronting him because he has disappointed you, right? But not to say, how can you go and cheat on mom?
Yeah.
Let mom handle that part,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if you're confronting him on, you know, that you have that kind of relationship where you can tell him that I'm a bit disappointed, yeah. But like to start telling him, oh, I'm going to tell mom, yeah, no.
Najua niliona TikTok fulani mse alipost ati as an adult, what are the things unafaa kuambia a young person, the mistakes maybe you made or the things you shouldn't do now that you're an adult. Maze niliona kwa comments, one of the things ilikuwa, one thing I wish I knew is that the family that really matters is your family. Wewe mse wako na watoto wako, not the family you come from. Like hiyo I matter hivyo. Like imagine mzae wako ama madhako alikuwa kaa wewe at some point. At some point alikuwa tu hivi, akapata na mse, wakafall in love, wakapata watoi. Wewe pia that's the same path unaenda. So ukirudi nyuma kuangalia say wanadu nini ama nini, it's a whole different thing.
Especially guys will invest. You'll hear like, because I do a lot of talks with young women, and you'll find like one of the sessions that I do with young mothers, they'll say that the reason, so I'll be like, si batu kona mwanamume mwenye alikuwa impregnate, like nakuanga lakini hakuna kitu analetanga kwa nyumba, like where does he take his money? Mama yake, right? And I'm like, how do you see that? Like, so for him, he'll tell you that his responsibility is his mom, right? And I'm just like, right. One of the biggest cons that has ever happened is a father, like now if you don't take care of your wife, you leave that responsibility to your son. So who will take care of his wife, right? And so it ends up being just a series of broken homes, right? And you can easily just say, me, I'm going to focus on my famo, my babe, right? It's okay to help your mom, but not at the expense of your own family. She has her own, they have their own family, right? But you find like boy child and taka, if I'm living good life, even mom has to live good life, right? That good life is for your current family, right? You can help mom, but she doesn't necessarily have to live just like you. She has her own man.
And make decisions zake.
Make decisions zake.
So okay, this is not a bit of a personal question, but at what point in your lives did you guys start seeing your parents as actual people instead of just parents?
When we moved out of home. Like the moment I moved out of home, even for them, the way they look at you, because like me, I moved out when I was 21. Nasi na pressure. It was not that I was being chased. It just I needed to like I was working, I was doing my own thing, and I was like,
you had your shit kinda.
Yeah, so I wanted to, to live by myself, and from the moment I moved out, because I remember when I was at my mom's house, my mom would still have those things like, oh, where were you? And I'm just like, she doesn't have a problem that you've gone, but she's just like, well, like, where were you?
Just wants to know where
and now you have long conversations. But then when you've left, like the fact that you can feed yourself, like you can pay your rent, like she's seeing, oh, okay, this thing that I raised can now take care of itself. Now she starts looking at you like an adult. She's even telling you stories. Hey, you never guess. You're just like, is she talking to me? Is she telling me this story? Your dad starts talking to you differently. Like now, me, I can sit down. Like when we go home, like when we're going home for like Christmas or whatever, like drinks. Like I'll sit down. I'll have drinks with my dad. We'll watch soccer together. Like it's not a big deal. But like if I'd stayed,
ingekuwa bado uko under my arm.
Mtu mwenye anaishi kwa mzazi wake na ako 40 na babake na mamake na bring my handbag from the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then this guy is telling you, yo, so give me your number. I'm like, so you go get your mom's handbag.
That's common in Langata.
Big shout out.
That's common in Langata, bro. Actually, only one of my reasons me work hard, bro. Since I stay in Langata, I see a lot of those like 35 years and older niggas who live with their parents. Alafu, like, ukiongelesha umse, the height of his ambition, this is gonna sound so bad, but it's literally waiting for the parents to die.
This house.
Ndio achukue saa nyumba, aseme, acha nitoke SQ.
Akona mipango, hii backyard, maze.
Mtu atakwambia hivyo, like, on a random, like, Tuesday, like, wewe umetoka job, umesimama hapo kwa chapo smoky ukule. Mse like amekuwa hapo the whole day. Like, boy, buda rada yako leo.
What's the mathematics
now
today,
you just imagine you're a shure. A guy has a lot of trees peleka due to his crib. Babes, you need to have standards. You're going to his mom's house or his parents' house. He's shagging you there. It's just like, babe, be patient. Like now I'm just shagging you over here in the 3rd bedroom. Soon we'll move to the master bedroom. My dad is sick. His gout is really sumboying him. I'm giving this guy 2 years max, babe. Then we take over the master bedroom. That's where I was made.
I think one thing about kupeleka mzee kwenyu inakuaga kuna masaa. six mzazi ashafika. So maze hii actually happen between 3 to 5 maze tushaluzi. Unaniringia maze tunataka tu watch movie. Tuna watch movie ya nini boss? Hatuwezi watch movie. Masani mbaya. Tuta watch movie ifike 5 uninyime uende home. It's a whole different level, man.
I would say the first time I saw my mom like as a person with like the struggles and all. Okay, being from a single parent household, always you've seen like umeziona, but you know your mom is always like Superman. Ujaona struggle. Hey, but bro, when I quit uni, that one I felt like when you know you've disappointed your parent, adi ukianza kuangalia from a financial standpoint, uko like damn. Ametumia nye school fees mingi. Ama nirudi tu. Afu najikaza sasa hapana creative. Yeah, that's the first time I was like, damn, my mom is an actual person who I disappointed. So I was like, damn, bro. Like she didn't cry, but I can tell like nilifanya labda ali, and that made me feel so bad.
Yeah, but I think it's also because African parents, we just recently got independence. Like, it might seem like it's far away, but it's just like 61 years, right? 61 years ago. Tomorrow we're celebrating 61 years, right?
Yeah.
61 years. It's just the other day. So for a lot of African parents, the height of, is just my child must go, our family must have someone who goes to university, right? So university for them is more of a status, sort of, it's a status thing,
university.
right? And she doesn't want you to not be like, if she wasn't part of that group, she wants you, my kid will be part of this, So for her, for those dreams that she has, like raise the kid, make sure the kid eats, make sure the kid has good diet, make sure the kid,
goes to school,
is sharp here, make sure the kid doesn't fall sick, and manages to get you to an adult, and then now you're creating decisions, and then you make a decision that doesn't align with what she has, because she's been making all the decisions for you. It's difficult and it's heartbreaking. But I say this, that doesn't mean that you should switch your decision because it's heartbreaking your parents. Hey, my guys, life is yours and it's one.
I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna sound like decriing a bit, but I had to call Kibbs, pause to like fortify my decision. Because we had talked about this thing for a while, like starting the podcast, like school was a bit of a distraction to us at that point. So I was calling Kibbs like, hey Buddha, nimesikia sauti ya masangu ikicrack. Sijui kanda sana naishi. Ambia Buddha weka sana. Kibbs is like that inspirational speaker. Akiacha na kazi ya podcasting anaweza kuwa Pepe Minambo
ama pastor. One of those was
so akanipea like zizi bro kazana like yo that Braveheart speech. Yo Johnny
tukuacha kila kitu for kuacha tu sahi. Quit school ndo tuache sahi.
But what is your reason for quitting school?
Well, I was in law school. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I felt truly disillusioned with school, we were doing an internship. So, the magistrate is assigned 2 guys, one in university and another one from KSL. Bro, that KSL guy who came was so fucking pathetic. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know if you watch this, but that nigga looked, downtrodden. Like his suit was all fucked up. He had those fucked up whisker mustaches, nikaja nyoa for toughies, nothing against toughies, but bro, he looked so defeated.
He had nothing your aspiration.
Yeah, I was like, yo, nigga, whoa.
Is this what I wanna be? All could have Kirinika suits.
Yeah, and then he told me something so real. He was like, bro, if you're not ready to commit to this right now, if you're not ready to fully be committed to reading and commit to this lifestyle, if you wanna be an Ahmed Nasir type of lawyer, wacha tu kitu sahi. Because that nigga had done 6 retakes. Your time KSL retake nika 11.
Na KSL inakuanga hard.
Yeah, that nigga owed the school money. Na KSL fukuzi chuo, bro. You accumulate debt like the US.
But what did you want to do?
My dream, okay, now this is also that part you said for maybe my mom. Creating my plans. Because we used to watch Boston Legal together. And I was
all
a kid. Yeah. So she was like, so I was like, lawyer. Then unafika hapo uko like, damn.
This one,
I want to be famous, man. I feel like niggas need to see me. I don't think... 30 years ni kweka with Nasir. Nah, nigga. I ain't got that time.
Like, some shit to say.
Yeah. That's actually what made me... I wanted to do something in this industry. Not necessarily podcasting, but anything.
So, okay. So, guys, nimambiwa na producer tuko na 10 minutes remaining. The last 10 minutes of the show. Na nilikuwa nataka kuanza the same thing mmesema. Like, when did you know your parents are actually human na si ati ni wazazi tu? Personally, for me, ilikuwa... There are 2 occasions. The first one, ilikuwa the first time niliwahi fanya gig nikapata do. Na nikaenda kwa Masango nikaambia wazee, cheki, kuna hii dress unakuanga umepiga kelele hapa, iko wapi na ni pesa ngapi? Akitoni unajua unajua ni pesa ngapi nini? Nikamwambia ni pesa ngapi? Uko na 3.5. Nikamwambia shika 7. Unajua? Nikamwambia enda ununue 2. Yote aliniangalia unajua niko sure in head alikuwa nafikiri nimeiba. But in real sense ilikuwa tu gig nimepiga nikapigwa 10 boss. Nikasikia yani nime earn kitu for the first time in my life. So ni ile nilikuwa nataka, for me my biggest motivation ilikuwa nimeona Masangu akigo through a lot. So yani nilikuwa na feelingi maybe me ndo the answer. Unajua unajita the answer. Maybe me ndo the answer. Maybe me ndo ule mse nafaa ku go hard. Juu wamefanya everything kunieka in positions that I never mse mwingine angepata. So all my life imekuanga hivyo. But ikafika point pia mimi niko nika realize by the mi si mse wa hizi vitu zote. Juu for the longest time sikuwa najua talent yangu ni nini. Kani futa nacheza futa fiti. Kani swimming mimi ni swimmer.
Sorry, we were in high school together. Bro, you are like one of the, what do you mean huko unajua talent yako bro? Ulikuwa like so talented high school swimmer. Football.
Exactly. Sikuwa najua niko good at nini like 100. Hizi zote nilikuwa nazipiga, but every time nilikuwa nakumbushwa there's someone who this mean shit to him. Mimi niko even better than this guy, but naifanya cause I can. Mimi nimekuwa athletic tangu nikuwa mdogo. So hata swimo nilikuwa na swim primary. So hata nikiingia swimo na beat niggas ka shit. Mimi ni mbaya, unajua.
Unajua sasa umeanza kwa rive. Mpararo.
Cheki, hii ni gani? What is this episode?
Rivanyando is not navigable.
What is this episode? Okay, tuliswim kwa lake kidogo, nimeswim kwa swamps. 1 to 3. But si ati juu. No, nilianza kuswim professionally nikiwa primary, alright? Si kwa river, si kwa lake. What's up with niggas out here, man? So mimi nilikuwa tu nafanya vitu mob. But sikuwa the problem was I didn't know what I really wanted to do because I was good at vitu mob. Because mimi nimse nilikuwa na go hard. Hata kitu kinishinda nita make sure niko the best. So the next one ilikuwa vile nili move out kwa keja yangu, which haikuwa kitambo, ilikuwa about how many months ago? Last year October. So nime move out maze, all of a sudden mamangu anaanza kuniambia mashida za keja. Unajua anaanza kuniambia by the mzee wako haja kuja kejani leo. Sijua kwa wapi. All of a sudden ananiambia by the sister yako anaenda kufanya hiki kitu. Unaonaje? Sister yako ameingia gym ame-enroll anahitaji like 16k. Uko nayo mahali? Hey mom, niko nayo mahali. Okay, sawa, niko nayo mahali but damn, nimefika hapo. You know, so nikafika point nikaanza kuona enyewe wazazi wangu damn, Masangu especially jubudangu for the longest time alikuwa nikiwapata hata do alikuwa afikiri mimi ni muizi. Time zote hadi ile time nilienda essay juu ya podcast Spotify, big shout out to Spotify. Alifikiri nimeenda ku smuggle drugs kwa airport. Like una get like yani hajai believe ana believe chuo kasi chuo mazee uja make it. Unajua? So mimi nilikuwa naona damn budangu ananiona hivyo but nikaanza kumbaya drinks akikata na niambia by the my son wewe ni msee uko sawa, uko tu sawa. Yeah. So for the first time niliona mzazi wangu ananiambia damn, ananiambia real shit. Like ananionyesha mulipa hii. So nakuambia hii shit imekama up. Unaweza cover hii, mimi nifanye kitu kingine.
And you see what basically happened is like before that all expenses, you are living an all expense paid life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So part of the reason even why parents talk to you like you're a toy is because they take care of everything. You know, so they are the ones who are you hata ushughulikiangi like you just find food, you think it's dish ala kazama ala
kwanza usipopata una jam uko like what the fuck is wrong with this
anafanya tu rambo bambo hapo nje
abracadabra,
you know. But once they realize, so you've entered this league.
You have earning
All right, now
power.
let me tell you what's happening. Right? Rent inakuanga X amount. Kanini stima. Nikikuacha hapa, by the way, your sister's school fees. By the way, note, nyumbani kuna kuku imevunjika mguu. Like just everything.
You gotta know,
That's so true. Because the first time my mom saw me earning like real money, she was like, damn. So nazambia umse how much? And as I take over actually like subscriptions as sijui za ufalas as sijui Netflix, Spotify, Amazon, like nigga, you earn something. Help me with the bills.
And you see, that even just paying for that Netflix. Now, there's that 35-year-old. You know the reason why he's being sent for the handbag? Because at a 5 bob. At a 5 bob.
Yeah.
So your mom is even saying, let her your handbag nitoe pesa. And you'll run. Like what
Be
you
useful.
What you gonna tell her? Like, girl, unatuma nani? Na unajua hapo, you know, like first boys wanakuanga sijui mom's love. Right? Boy, you can talk to me like, God, you did, you know. Let's just say, bruv, and this guy's like, yo, I'll talk to you. My mom is coming, yeah? So I'll talk to you later. I'm like, bruv, you need to grow up.
Yeah,
you need to
mamako
grow up.
aje hapo kwani una date
Straight up.
mamako?
Straight up.
Shut up. Big shout out. Big shout out to, of course, everyone who's listening, who's actually listening in.
I'm sorry
Karibuni
guys,
seme
we've
tuned in.
only done one dilemma because this was like the only serious one.
Yeah.
The other ones were...
Tutakari over.
Because niggas are asking about sijui at your threesomes or sijui M22 I cheated with a 26.
Kani threesome man, hiyo ni shughuli yako jo.
Niggas are... Yo, please. Some of the things you want us to answer, I'm not gonna lie, I am not qualified enough emotionally, I think.
In fact, you're working on
a
yourself.
22-year-old cheated with a 26-year-old.
No, yeah, and he got her pregnant. But that's what he's saying.
So he's bragging, Amma.
It came off as bragging because he wasn't asking for a solution.
Yeah, I have an answer for him. That, like, baby, first, congratulations.
Big shout out.
Because trust me, there's so many players who try to play Mechi na hawafungi bao.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I know you're bragging, but I'd love to see you bragging 3 years from now. You know, when you've got bills, the kid.
Able to show.
Keep bragging. I'd love to see that brag, you know, like, yeah. And when you're dealing with a babe who's older than you, yeah, she's genuinely going to tell you exactly what she wants, where the kid is going to go to school, how the kid is going to eat. I don't know, you should be telling us bye because your single life, you meisha. You're now a father.
Damn.
Father studies.
Wait,
furthermore.
Do you listen to Kenyan podcasts a lot? Or do you like follow up on some of the drama?
I do.
Have you guys seen and I hate to because this is the second time we've spoken about him. Shiko and Mike Mondo's podcast.
Big shout out to Mike Mondo
Wait,
first.
I've actually never seen. They have a podcast?
Yeah, this week was actually so chaotic. I even had to go listen.
Backstory.
So the backstory is, so there's this Twitter guy, not just a Twitter guy, sorry to reduce it.
Yeah, he's a radio presenter at Classic.
No,
are you talking about Mike Mondo?
Not Mike. I'm starting with Rama. Rama does ads and all.
Rama
He's been like famous since I've joined Twitter.
Yeah.
He used to have something called the Green Calabash.
Yeah, that was a channel in YouTube.
On YouTube with
he was actually one of the first influencers on Instagram anywhere. Like I don't know,
that nigga is like funny pose, not to decry pose, but yeah. So he had a YouTube channel with his ex-wife called the Green Calabash. And they lived in Mombasa. Like they moved from Nairobi to Mombasa during COVID. So it was like a huge thing.
Had kids.
No, I know their story.
Oh, you know the backstory.
Even for the audience too.
Oh yeah. So Nani, Rama and Shiko split up.
Yeah, split up. Yeah.
But it was a messy thing. Like you've seen the accusations flying back and forth, Nini. So Josie Shiko hooked up with this guy from which radio station does he work?
Classic.
Oh, Mike Mondo from
Mondo.
Yeah, Classic, from Classic.
Yeah, big shout out.
So the Rama went on a podcast a couple of months ago, talked about the whole situation. So guys are like, "Come on, my brother, don't go on a podcast talking about personal shit like that." Then Shiko and Mike started their own podcast. They waited and like, nigga, umeenda kuongea kwa podcast, acha tukuonyeshe. Like 2 months later, they started their own. First episode was a bit tame, Nini. But now things started ramping up. Mike went on the same podcast Rama went to. Talked about also his issues. Like he went and said a lot of
stuff.
controversial stuff.
yeah.
But it was everywhere, so it worked. The purpose hit home. But now when Shiko and Mike's, I don't know if it was episode 2 or 3, but the stuff they were saying, bro,
What's the money?
bro, they were she was dissecting her entire marriage to this guy, bro.
Lord.
Like she was saying, like, I used to be like the man of the relationship.
Oh, Lord.
Like my dad told me to hide my degrees so that this nigga doesn't tear them up.
Yeah.
Bro, it felt so. As someone who watched one episode of the Green Calabash, like, damn, bro, how does it get from
this to that? Yeah.
Bruv. How does it get from crazy? Like, listen, couples.
Nimbaya sana boss.
Y'all need to listen. You need to follow Tonio's example, right?
Hiyo ni gani usiingize
I know
Kisumu
the
without you
shore.
kuweka Kisumu.
I know the shore, right? But you ain't never like.
Y'all are
She's a
never
secret. I'm not even sure I'm seeing her. This could be a hologram, right?
Yeah. Unicorn.
Yeah, but this thing, I tell people, like, use this as a cautionary tale. Like, you know, because for me, what I look at, and Mike Mondo is a colleague of ours.
Mazee, mi
I have mad
hata
love for
asubuhi
him.
leo nimepoteana naye. Beshte yangu deadly.
I've
Big
known
shout
him
out,
for-
man.
Even before we worked together, I've known him for over 10 years. This is what I'll say. I'll say, Mike, I think, if you see how her previous relationship was played out in the public, right? And then how it ended in the public, and then how it's publicly being dissected by her. I feel like there is she set a precedence. So when you break up, how's that going? I mean, not I'm praying for you, but statistically,
Data.
when you guys break up,
Yeah.
how will that? Because I usually, you can tell somebody from how they treat their ex.
100%.
Yeah, from how they treat their ex, how they talk about their ex. That's for me. It's just like I'm your ex in waiting.
Yeah.
Right?
I've never thought
No,
of
but
it that way.
big shout out, man.
What are you gonna say about me? Right? You're there like, yeah, that nigga ain't shit. Wait, if that nigga ain't shit, if you've already used ain't shit, what are you gonna say about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just saying.
Wow, what a way to end the episode. Mazee, sasa hii now ni episode tumepiga na of course definitely.
This was actually one of
One of my favorite, of course, because tuko na the best in the game, guys. Unidem amekuwa
Looked up
everywhere,
to you
bro.
for
Unidem
so long.
amekuwa Unidem saya anafanya box sport. She's actually a radio presenter. Amekuwa Big Brother Africa, amefanya vitu zote. Alikuwa Homeboys, by the big shout out to Homeboys.
Good from the beginning. Like, you guys didn't even have that initial like atika awkward phase or nothing.
Nah,
That
they
shit
did
was-
it, man. They did it. Na unajua uzuri yako ni wewe unadoing shit na unadu. Yeah, kitu napenda na wewe like.
Sijui hizi lingo za ushago.
Wewe ni nini wewe? What the hell? What's happening here?
Like,
Mazee, nakupatia college zako.
No, but I also wanted to say thank you so much to Sandwich Podcast. To the other 2 cast members who are not here.
Not here.
I absolutely enjoyed your absence.
Because you umefeel into the sauce.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I didn't even notice you guys right here. But yeah.
Lol.
But
Nice.
for real, no, I've had fun.
Thank you for
I really
coming.
appreciate you guys. I don't take it for granted that you invited me to sit here and partake with you. So I appreciate. To the crew, you guys have been fun. To Babe. Ebu, tap the screen to prove you're a human.
And on pinch after episode on pinch.
There's a bot, Shout out, big up. Thank you so
yeah.
much. And to all the fans, I appreciate you. And I have to say categorically, I did not eat no sandwich. I was not given a sandwich. I feel like I'm the sandwich.
Yeah. But thank you so much for coming through, man. Unajua, one thing about you is I don't even know how we became friends like that, but na feeling nikawa naweza kubongesha
I
jo.
made an
Like, I
effort.
did us too.
I made an effort.
I told my mom, like, we had Kwambox today.
Yeah.
She was like, fanned out. I've never said, Mom, calm down. This is
Relax,
my job.
chill,
Yeah.
man. This is our girl.
Yeah, I'm the type who has, your mom is also, even your dad. I'm sure your dad would have been a fan, it's just you've never met
Somewhere.
him.
Or maybe he is ni vile ajui. Unajua
Yeah.
juu mambo yake.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
ever think of what LeBron's dad, like, ako mahali, like, kwa bar like
anaambia sio ni mtoi wangu hizi
this is my son.
That guy probably died from liver cirrhosis and he said damn so much like he died just said damn he over damned himself.
But thank you so much for coming through, man. Always for the support na appreciate sana from the bottom of my heart.
Tell us where we can
before after that nataka kumpatia 2 flowers zake, man. When him deadly, man.
Thank you.
As an MC, as a radio presenter, as a personality, as just everything that you represent. Na pia mazee kwa live show yetu ulikamu kwa MC, man. Sitaki hata kuambia wasee kuliendaje, but man, imagine she was actually MC. Boss, by the way, unajua wase waliona hiyo kitu kwa post wakaniambia boss, nimepata reason ya kubuy ticket
it was actually uliuza ticket.
You did something, you know, you may not.
So kati yangu ni vizuri umeongea hivyo kusema kati.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So now, of course, flowers, man. Flowers zako pole nilikupatia petrol moja. So
No.
but yeah, man, definitely always appreciate you when him say hata mimi sikuwa najua naweza kana wewe hivi. The first time nilikuona nilikuwa like damn ule ni Kwambox. Unajua kapao that duvet and shit like kwa like damn. Unajua like ulikuwa ni kuna venye ulikuwa ni inspire unanicheki na you still do and definitely one of the top in the game, man. Like mimi na appreciate sana. Unaona accolades na kama the end of the episode. We don't do like other niggas. Yeah. Atuseme eti mzee huni mseme do hivi ndo msaba kwa episode. Hii ni episode tunataka ubaki ju vibe iko right.
Shout out to your longevity.
Yeah.
It's rare.
Yeah, and you've actually done it, man. Like siezi I can't even name wase wenye wamefanya kiyo umedu, and even to just go on the side of like hata madem female side sioni wase wengi wamedu kenye umedu. So like kenye unadu in the industry, kenye umedu ya industry ni deadly, man. Ni kitu hatuwezi acha tu ati slide. Nah, we'll definitely always remember you.
Definitely bring back industry nights.
And sasa wote
Actually, I'm grateful that you've asked that. This year industry night is turning 10. 10 years.
Wow.
Yes.
10.
10, imagine, yeah. This year, Industry Night is turning 10, and we will be doing an anniversary edition. And you're most definitely invited.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Right.
Big shout out, man.
Yeah. So look out for the deets. And yeah, this is, if you don't know what Industry Night is, you better make sure you come through. It's a platform for Kenyan artists and creatives to network. And
so when mmepata maybe let's say poster ama unafanya whatever, just hit us up. We always share it with our audience and everything. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for always listening. 100%, man. Mtatupata at The Sandwich Podcast Instagram, Twitter ni at The Sandwich Pod 1, TikTok ni Sandwich Podcast KE, na YouTube pia ni Sandwich Podcast KE, na mi of course mtanipata kwangu na demu wangu na msiulize maswali mingi, man. Si tuko mambo yetu, na definitely niko na co-host wangu pale the Bad Boy Owen. Bad Boy Owen everywhere, alitoa the akatoa boy, sasa ni the Bad Boy, ni Bad Boy Owen, and definitely
Didi ameharibia Bad Boy. Really don't know if
Bad Boy records chana nayo. Kwambox also, where can they find you? Like Kwambox. Of course, Kwambox everywhere on all socials.
The Box Pod.
Yeah, definitely the Box Pod. Make sure you listen to the Box. Hey, kwa mkale mazena nisumbua Box Pod. Hey,
Box Pod.
Wow, Box Pod. Yeah, big shout out to everyone who's listening in. Shout out, man.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Witches flying high in them private jets. Mada kumada beat lazima kaibada. Si niulize mbona nimenyanya, si unajua niko juu ya shada.